evening, Whalers Nation, and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We are coming to you live from Vito Capizzo Stadium as your Nantucket Whalers will face off against the Nauset Warriors in another Cape and Islands League matchup. I am Chris Morris, your voice of Whaler sports here in the NSC and NCTV. Proud to be joined once again by a great crew, including some high school students. Weston Scott will be one of your eyes on the field. Santiago as well. And, of course, we've got Colby Lucas, who's going to do a little bit of everything. We're going to have him down on the sidelines here and see if he can grab a couple interviews as well as doing some play-by-play with us up here in the booth. And my partner in crime will be D.C. Collins. Dave Collins, always great to share the mic with you, sir. How are you this evening?
I am wonderful. Glad to be back here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. It feels like fall after the 80-degree games that we've had earlier this season. Nantucket undefeated. Nauset looking for their first win of this season. Nantucket up for the challenge tonight. We'll have to see what happens on the field.
We'll have to see. And, of course, no Whalers game would be complete without our fearless leader, the Whalers Wizard, the maestro of machines, the digital director, NCTV station manager, Charles Douglas, always making us look as cool as he can, and, of course, making sure it all goes without a hitch. As DC mentioned, the Whalers are now 4-0 after going off island and defeating a game Falmouth squad, but really it was another dominant performance for the Whalers. Nauset still looking for their first victory of the 2025 campaign. They have been devastated by injuries. However, we received word earlier from Colby that the starting quarterback, Brandon Pino, who was the starter on the 7-3 team last year and went for 24 touchdowns, 1,500-plus yards, is going to play tonight. He will start tonight at quarterback, so should make things a little more interesting. But, hey, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Before we get to our pregame analysis, first want to thank our founding sponsor and our business supporters here, as this broadcast would not be possible without the continued efforts of the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the children of Nantucket a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts with their support of our live broadcasts. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whalers Athletics.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Underwriting support for this Whalers football broadcast on the NSC provided in part by Nantucket Bank and Rockland Trust, providing financial education and resources to local communities for over a century. Rockland Trust Bank, where each relationship matters.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as the teams continue their pregame warm-ups here and what is going to be shaping up here as an absolutely beautiful night for football. DC, what's your weather before we get into this?
56 degrees right now currently, Chris. We've got south winds 10 miles per hour, so it's blowing from the field that you see close to us across to where you see the other press box where it says Vito Capizzo Stadium. No precipitation anticipated for tonight. Wind could be a little bit of a factor. Also, the sun glare could be a factor in the first half before the sun goes down right around 6:20 tonight. Otherwise, the field looks like it's in pretty decent condition. No wet spots on it. And I think these two teams will be happy to play in weather that doesn't involve them sweating like at least Nantucket has had for the past 3 or 4 games. Last week we were in Falmouth where it was about 80 degrees. I remember Cardinal Spellman, first game we did on the road, it was about 86, 87 degrees. So still have to stay hydrated. That was a factor against some of Nantucket's opponents in the first couple of games. But I think everybody will be thankful that we finally feel fall.
Feels like football weather
here,
out there
exactly,
for sure.
In the middle of October. And if you are hungry, if you do get cold, if you come to the game, check out the snack bar stand.
I
over
see
the
the
corner.
grill going, so that means linguiças will be available here at halftime.
Yes.
Let's talk about some football here. Nantucket football is back on top. After traveling over to Falmouth last week and taking down a game Clippers team, the Whalers are in position to control their own destiny. They now have their sights set on a state title in addition to a league banner. As you can see, those scores are quite lopsided through the first 4 games, and a bye included in there. As you can see on the next upcoming schedule here, we've got Nauset tonight. Then it's at DY, of course, Sandwich, which could shape up to basically decide the league here, and, of course, the Vineyard. But Sandwich walloped the Vineyard last week in a bit of a surprise here in the Cape and across the league. But we'll have to see. Again, you throw away the records when you're playing Sandwich and Martha's Vineyard. But certainly it all starts with a bang as Burke Lombardi in the offense got things going right away. First play from scrimmage went for a 53-yard touchdown against Falmouth. Canton Jenkinson nearly had himself a second touchdown. He was the recipient of that touchdown pass nearly on the same play. It was tipped and unfortunately intercepted, but it was one of 2 interceptions that kept the game close. Nantucket's defense was stout, and it was 14-6 at the half, and the Whalers absolutely dominated the third quarter. Lombardi took it over as Nantucket was nearly surprised, but not surprised by an onside kick that started the game. You got to hand it to Coach Cloutier. He pulled out all the stops for Falmouth, hook and ladder, a couple other tricks, and it was just not nearly enough. Lombardi went 5 for 5 in the quarter for over 100 yards and tossed a couple of touchdowns, also led another drive for a touchdown as Nantucket absolutely broke it open there in the third quarter, cruising to a 33-14 win as head coach Reese Everett now has the Whalers 4-0 for the first time since 2017. They've already clinched a playoff berth with the 4th win. That will equal, the worst they could do is 4-4. That's not going to happen. However, they will have a tournament berth for the first time in that tournament era, which is about 4 years old now. The most recent rankings have Nantucket at number 6, which would also mean a home playoff game. Again, we haven't had that, and I'm not sure how long. I'd have to talk to Coach Herman across the way here to find out when that's happened. But, DC, you've seen a few of these games, including last week. You were up on the camera at Falmouth. What has impressed you most about this team early on?
The fact that Nantucket has only given up 28 total points, and some of those have been in quote-unquote garbage time.
Yeah.
That impresses me with the defense. The offense has just so many weapons.
Yeah.
Jenkinson, Hanlon, you've got Lombardi. Any one of those can run, can pass, can get into the end zone for a touchdown. So I'm really impressed with the way Nantucket starts the game. The one blemish for Nantucket, and if you're another team scouting Nantucket and watch them on video, is the penalties.
Yeah.
And, when we were at Falmouth last week, it looked like Nantucket was going to run away with it. And by looking at the score, they did. But
could have been much more lopsided.
Exactly. The end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, it almost seemed like the Whalers let their foot off the gas a little bit. They were making fundamental errors. It just seemed sloppy at the end. Nantucket's got to put together a full 48 minutes of we're going to pound it, we're going to step on your throat, we're going to go after it, we're going to prove that we are an undefeated team, we're going to prove that we're at the top of the league, we're going to prove to everybody else in the Cape and Islands League that we need to be number one. We won a home game. So far, so good.
Yep.
This is something that Nantucket and their fans have not seen, as you mentioned, in a couple of years here. They've got something special brewing. Lombardi, only a sophomore here, so he's matured a lot and given great leadership, especially to the offense. But if you're the Whalers, you've got to stay disciplined. And if somebody hits you after the whistle, if there's a few pushes and shoves, just walk away. Because you know what? That's going to pay a lot of dividends as we move further down the road into the season with getting wins and moving into the playoffs. Self-confidence, also self-discipline for the Whalers.
Love it. All sorts of good stuff there. And, again, these players, first of all, don't just play football against each other. These Nauset guys certainly bring some lacrosse into this, some hockey into this, and these crossover three-sport athletes, which Nantucket has a few, and certainly Nauset has a few. They are certainly familiar with each other and know the buttons to push as they've been playing against each other in multiple sports for many, many years. Again, obviously, Nauset made their incredible run to a state semi just like the Whalers did in lacrosse, and a lot of those players are certainly the same part of things. Up to and including the coach, Jesse Pino, who is the lacrosse coach as well.
One more thing I want to say about Nantucket, too, which I neglected to mention a moment ago. Jack Clark, number 23, the place kicker. I know he missed a few last week against Jake Clark. I'm calling him Jack Clark because it's baseball season.
I know.
I'm thinking of the Giants, Cardinals and the Giants, Jack Clark. So, Jake, I apologize. I'll get it right to your face by the end of the season. Jake Clark has been almost absolutely phenomenal as far as the place kicking goes. And really, the games have not been close in which Nantucket has won. But, again, he's got the confidence that if it comes down to one of those kicks against a stronger opponent, he's got everything in the world to go for.
It was a little before you got set up here, or got up here, but they were kicking from the 50-yard field goals. Jake missed it by just a millimeter. We had another kid, and I didn't catch his number, but I believe it was in the 70s. He was out there, and he's warming up right there at the end. 98. He hit from 50.
Okay.
Clark hit from 45, missed from 47, and was short from 50. But we're talking about high school.
Yep.
That is a weapon. If you've got a kid that can not only hit your extra points pretty much all the time and come up with a key field goal from a little bit further out than most normal high school kickers can, I mean, that is a weapon, and Coach Machado certainly knows that, and he will have his boys going.
Yeah, that is number 98, Dennis Lanaverdi Aguilar, number 98 for Nantucket. So if you've got two kickers that are booting it away from 45 or 50 yards, you're in pretty good shape. And give credit to some of the reserve players that go out and play special teams only, able to block for that. The two that Clark missed, I believe, were to the left, to the right. He hasn't had any of those kicks blocked yet. So the players up front doing a great job on special teams, and that's what Nantucket has to focus on as well. Again, overall, fantastic job for the first 4 games. Just be a little bit more disciplined. You don't want to see any yellow laundry.
It's the Philly fan in you.
I know.
Ready for it to fall down.
Yes. Well, last night did not go well for any of the Philadelphia sports as well. I had a lot of relatives that were not too happy last night.
Sorry to hear that, but hopefully the outcome is here a little bit better here for our boys on the gridiron. Nauset coming into Vito Capizzo Stadium again, looking for their first win of the season for head coach Jesse Pino. It's been more about who's not been on the field than who has been on the field. 3-year starter Jake Pino has missed the beginning of the season after leading the Warriors to a 7-3 record last year, passing for over 1,500 yards and accounting for 24 touchdowns. He has not played until today. We see him catching the first reps here with the first teamers, so he will be the starting quarterback. Oliver Echitulo has tried to fill his shoes while he's been injured, but hasn't quite translated. The offense has also been plagued by turnovers and those big plays that just came in bunches, including 3 touchdowns last year against Nantucket. They just have not been there, and they have been sporadic at best, and have also come later in the game when some scores have gotten a little out of hand, lopsided scores. So they're going to obviously get a big boost with Pino under center. Defensively, they give up nearly 45 points a game, and most recently, Cohasset put up 56 last week, as Nauset also had 4 turnovers and gave up over 300 yards rushing. So it could be a steady diet of number 5, Gillen Tavares, for the Whalers here in lieu of the 3 touchdown games that Burke Lombardi's put up in the last couple of games. And don't forget, on the defensive side of things, the Whalers are just giving up 7 points a game while scoring nearly 39.5 points a game. Again, on paper, this is a lopsided affair, but hey, it's a league opponent. Throw away the records, throw the papers away. Let's get to it here.
And Pino's playing his first game, too.
And Pino playing his first game.
And I can tell you right now, just watching the warm-ups right now, he does not look like one bit of rust is on him whatsoever. I mean, he's throwing darts down the field. He's throwing spirals down the field, too. He's got some mobility right now.
Oh, yeah.
If Nantucket can get to him, maybe scare him a little bit, it's a different story. But right now, he looks like a first-class quarterback, and their record of 0-4 doesn't reflect that because he hasn't been under center all season long.
Exactly. So an additional storyline as we get things going here. We're going to take a break here on the NSC and NCTV. as you watch the boys head off to the locker room for their final thing, we've got some highlights from last week's game here coming up. So enjoy those, and we'll be back here with some more info and some kickoff as we get ready for Friday night under the lights, baby. It's the Warriors taking on the Whalers right here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Lombardi back to pass. Looks over the middle. Got a man. Caught. First down yardage. Flipped upside down. Tight formation for the Whalers offense. Lombardi back to pass. Has a man open in the end zone. Hanlon. Whalers. Touchdown. Whalers looking to go 4-0 for the first time since 2017. Lombardi back to pass. Looking. Firing. Got a man. And it's Grimes, he's down the sideline, 20, 15, spins inside the 10. First and goal, Whalers. Whalers first and 10, deep inside Clipper territory. Back to pass, Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Whalers. They go for the jugular. Wow, have a look-see. Eli McKeever on the reception.
Here's your NSC Whalers play of the game.
4 wideouts for Burke Lombardi. He slings it quickly. He's got a man open. Canton Jenkinson at the 30. Breaks the tackle, and he's going to go in for a Whalers. Touchdown on the first play. Whalers score on a quick hitter to Canton Jenkinson, and he blasts through a Clippers tackle and goes to the house. How you like that, Whalers Nation? Wow, Burke Lombardi picking up right where he left off. I guess the Whalers were ready.
This NSC Play of the Game brought to you by Wicked Island Bakery, providing Islanders and visitors wholesome natural food made from scratch daily at 7 Bayberry Court. For more info, visit wickedislandbakery.com.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as we await the Whalers to come back out onto the field here. Nauset is done warming up. We're just about ready for game time here, but as we get towards the end of the fall season here, I know we're halfway through with football, but our golf team, got to give it up to our golf team. Of course, Colby Lucas, part of that squad. League champs. State qualifier is today, right? The Willow Bend tournament. Okay, got you. So a tournament today that 3 of the guys were invited to. Of course, we'll talk with Colby Lucas throughout the game, but congratulations to the coaches and staff on another incredible run. This one will put a banner up in the gym as Lighthouse Division champs. They went undefeated in league play, so great job by them. Boys and girls soccer right in the mix. Boys soccer in Division III, number 25 as of Tuesday's rankings. I didn't get the Friday rankings up to speed here before this broadcast. The girls soccer at 5-5-3 are out of the top 32. However, there is the play-in opportunity as long as they can stay in that 500 or better area of win-loss record. So they're right in the mix, and of course we've seen them a couple of times on a couple of wins actually. So great job by Coach Lebrecht and his girls squad. Field hockey right in the mix. in that top 8, so hopefully they can stay in there, and we'll have a couple of games right up top as we did last year. They picked up their first home playoff win last year, and we look to at least getting into one. Their record is 6-3 as of tonight. They have a game off island, and volleyball outside the fun of the postseason at number 65. But of course, we've covered a couple of those games as well. And as we noted earlier in the pregame, number 6 is what Nantucket is ranked right now. We've got a huge Division 6 matchup here between the number 1 and number 2 teams. Norwell and Abington play out of that South Shore League, so they match up tonight at 7 o'clock. We're going to try and get something, but I think our game's going to go and basically be done by the time they're just kicking off. But certainly something to note as we get ready for the Whalers to take the field here.
Chris, want to say hi to everybody watching us at the Chicken Box on Dave Street today. They got the game on. Also, thanks to Bill at Fairgrounds for putting us on as well.
Always got the game on. I'm sure Denise over at Backyard Barbecue's got it as well. And we'll see. Maybe some folks over at Kitty's. You never know.
Seagrill as well. I know she's got it on.
Oh, there you go, baby.
So
there you go.
thank you. Hey, it's great when your team starts winning, right? Everybody's paying attention.
Right?
So 4-0 today as Nantucket looks to improve on the undefeated season so far.
Well, we're always happy to have all of the Whalers Nation, and of course, the folks from the other side want to welcome the Nauset faithful on an absolutely gorgeous night here. We've got ourselves a great matchup between the Warriors and Whalers in some league play. So Medway coming in at number 3 here in Division 6 with a 3-1 record. Bishop Fenwick, however, at 1-3, still in that top 5. They are number 4. They have the highest opposition rating of any team in all of Division 6. So impressive there. Pentucket Regional right ahead of Nantucket at 3-1. Within reach if we can get, run the table here. And at number 6, Nantucket, of course, at 4-0. Fairhaven already picked up their 5th win playing out of the South Coast Gold, so they inched a little bit closer. Bellingham, Stoneham, Hudson round out the top 10, and it is just the top 16 that go. No play-ins, no nothing. 16 or nothing for football, unlike all the other sports which do allow for a play-in.
Not to get ahead of ourselves. Next week, though, we'll be on the road at Dennis Yarmouth.
Yep.
That game's scheduled for a 4:15 kickoff right here on NCTV. Then the homecoming game for Nantucket Saturday, October 25th. That'll be the tough test against Sandwich. That'll be at 3:15 on Saturday the 25th. Then the game against the Vineyard for the Island Cup Saturday, November 1st at 1:30. So got to get past this one first, but then it gets a little bit tougher as you head towards the end of October and November.
Which is the way it should be, right? Looks like the Whalers won the toss, deferred. It'll be Nauset receiving the ball. As you can see, the boys trying to get themselves fired up. We can just see this here. There are not nearly as many jerseys on the Nauset side as there are for the Whalers side.
Blue jerseys outnumber the white jerseys by about 2-1.
I would say 2-1 here for sure. So, again, injury is one of those things that you don't really have a lot of control over, but we will welcome number 4 for the Nauset Warriors back onto the field, as Brandon Pino will get the start here tonight for the Warriors. Pep band going to give us the anthem here.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glass, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say better yet, wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Fantastic rendition there.
Madison Torme.
Winds are actually blowing from the north side of the press box across the field to the far side of the field. Could mess with the kicking game a little bit, but Nantucket's ready for it, and we're not sweating, which is good to see. 12 minutes up on the court, ready for kickoff. The voice of the Whalers, Chris Morris, take it away.
Let's do this, baby. Here you go, Whalers
Nation, are you ready? It'll be Jake Clark, not Jack Clark, not to be
Whalers
confused
are
with
kicking
Jack
off.
Clark.
Mr. Clark. That's what we're going to be calling him if he keeps hitting these field goals and extra points.
To kick it off from the 40-yard line. It'll be Jack Pino and Malachi Bradley, number 2, 1 and 2 deep for the Warriors as they will receive the kickoff here to begin the game. Whalers Nation, are you ready for some football? Here we go. Low kick bounds at the 15 to the 20. Picked up and returned just across the 30-yard line before a slew of blue get to the return man. So 1st and 10 for the Warriors as they will be going into the sun. So it will affect the quarterback seeing things, but the wide receivers should be okay.
Again, this is Pino's first start of the season, number 4, the quarterback for Nauset.
First snap of the year here for number 4. Welcome back, actually. I mean, obviously a huge addition to their offense, key cog to last year's success, and coming out with 4 wideouts right away. Pino gets the snap. Quick look. Deep throw. Got a man, and it's caught through the hands of Jack Pino. You got to think that's happened about 1,000 times in their backyard, and this one should have went for potentially 6. He had the coverage beat, and Whalers fortunate there on the first play of the game.
Yeah, Jenkinson's got to keep with him right there. Blew by him, and very fortunate that was 6 points the other way.
Maybe he thought there was some safety help above, but that was just a straight-up go route. And Jack Pino, again, these guys have faced off in lacrosse like 100,000 times. 2nd and 10. Back to pass once again. He'll take off now. Makes a move around 1 and gets sandwiched across the 35. Big number 75 in on the tackle. That's Andrew Lavin. Looks like Pino picked up about 5, maybe 6. We'll call it 3rd and 4 upcoming as the ball rests on the 46-yard line of the Warriors.
Nice job by Hanlon right there, too, not to let him get past him.
Yeah.
Held him up while Lavin came from behind and buried him to the ground. Scoreboard says 3rd and 5 right now.
We'll call it 3rd and 5. That's fair. Pino, again, spread. Trips to the near side of the field here. 3 wideouts. Oh, it looked like a quick hit and some pressure. And Pino somehow evades a bunch of blue jerseys, throws it to no one in particular. No flags down here, so it'll be a 4th and 5 coming up for Jesse Pino and the offense. But Brandon Pino will take a jaunt over to the sideline, so it's going to be a punt formation upcoming for the Warriors. Whalers force a 3 and out. There were a couple guys open there, but intense pressure by the Whalers forced Pino to get rid of it, maybe a little too early than he wanted to.
Yeah, he also looked like he had a couple of yards to run for and maybe pick up the first down himself. Instead, 3 and out, they're forced to punt.
It'll be Hanlon back to receive. Little sidewinder kick end over end, and it'll bound out of bounds. Whalers will have good field position, no return, as they will mark it out at about the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10, first Whalers possession of the evening here. As you can see, the sun is setting beyond the horizon, setting up a absolutely gorgeous evening here, as we should get the lights up very shortly. Here, as you can see, it is a blackout for the fans in the student section.
Yeah, sun's gone behind the clouds, Chris, so it should not affect the receivers going down the field.
Burke Lombardi back to pass. It's a quick hit. nothing much for Joao Silva as the Nauset Warriors were able to do a good job of open field tackling. That might have even lost a yard. We'll have to see. Yeah, they lost a yard on that play.
Yeah, Silva was kind of out in no man's land with no blockers.
They gave him back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10, despite the completion. The Whalers are 2nd and long here as Lombardi breaks the huddle once again.
Grimes out by himself. Now finally someone's covering
Lombardi looking to throw once again. He's got a man looking deep. Got Grimes. Oh, just overthrown.
Well, Grimes is wide open. And the defensive back, Max Furman, was late to get over, so Grimes actually had about 2 or 3 steps on him, just overthrown by about 2 or 3 yards. Otherwise, that would have been a huge pass for Nantucket.
So a couple of home run balls from each quarterback fall incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 here for the Whalers. The Nauset Warriors already went 3 and out on their first possession. Let's see if the Whalers can get something going here on 3rd and long. Should be a pass play as well. Lombardi to roll. He's got time, now looking. Got a man deep once again. It's Grimes, caught! Completion for first down yardage all the way inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Look at the replay. A 40-yard pass play right off the bat as it lofts right in front of us. Grimes concentrated and squeezed it.
Well, Vuano gave up on the play, went after Grimes. That left him wide, or went after the quarterback, Lombardi. That left Grimes wide open, almost a similar play to what we saw before, except this time Grimes caught up with it, got the catch, first down for Nantucket.
Great play to convert the 3rd and 10, and the Whalers are in business at the Nauset 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Tavares behind, and it'll be Hanlon looking for some space inside, weaving and bobbing as he does inside the 25. We'll see if they give him the 24. They give him the 25-yard line, so 4 yards for number 11, Aaron Hanlon, who again just is it's just a matter of time before he gets it going and breaks something big, as he has done in every game, whether it be on the defensive side or the offensive side. He had a couple of huge runs in that Blackstone game before the Whalers busted that one open, and he is just electric with the ball.
5th play of the drive coming up, Chris. They've gone 39 yards so far, and they've eaten up about 2 minutes off the clock for Nantucket here in their first drive of the ball game.
9 minutes to go, and again, Lombardi looking deep. He's got a man out there! Just off the fingertips of Joao Silva. Again, another good throw, and I love that they are going for the jugular here early on. Good pass, just a bit beyond number 9's outstretched arms.
Well, we talked about all the threats on offense that Nantucket has, and you see Lombardi spreading it around right now. Receivers are having no problems blowing by the defensive backs right now, so if you're going to use it, if you're going to take advantage of it, they are wide open. Just got to connect on those passes.
I know he connected with Silva on a 4th and 4 against Falmouth, and that same sort of play. It was a back shoulder, however. This one tried to loft it over the shoulder just a little bit out of the reach. Again, 4 wideouts for Lombardi in the offense. Quick hitter, going deep. Scott Hanlon out there, caught! Touchdown, Whalers!
26 yards on the touchdown pass, and Nantucket takes a 6-0 lead with 8:46 to go here in the first quarter. Whalers strike first. 2 minutes, 4 seconds off the clock as they take it 65 yards to the goal line for the touchdown.
What a response after the 3-and-out forced. As you saw, a beautiful pass lofted. Weston caught it in the air, and Hanlon snags it at the goal line and falls ahead. Here's Jake Clark for the PAT. He's ready, snap, low, kick up and good. However, nice job by Simpson, number 44, on the hold, fielding a bit of a low snap. Clark has been money, and the Whalers are up 7-0 here with 8:29 to go here, 8:46 officially actually on the clock. So turn a 3-and-out into a touchdown. Couldn't ask for much more than that.
No, and just the receivers are blowing by these defensive backs for Nauset right now. First of all, when they come out in formation, Nauset is running to try to keep up, to line up with the wide receivers at the line of scrimmage. 6 plays, 65 yards, 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Nantucket with a 7-0 lead. No penalties, Chris,
No penalties
either.
so far, baby.
So efficient, productive, and they score first, and that's what you want to see if you're a Whalers fan.
Coach Everett's got to be excited about the start here as the Whalers take a 7-0 lead on their first possession. It'll be Clark to kick it off.
Lights are turned on here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, too.
Another knuckleballer fielded by one of the upmen at the 25. Not much doing. Number 60 for the Whalers. Patrick Valero with a great special teams tackle, and he is fired up as well. He should be. Great job. A return of about 3 on the shorter kickoff. So it'll be 1st and 10. Second possession for the Nauset Warriors. Will start at their own 32-yard line. Once again, Brandon Pino starting for the Warriors, his first start of the season. And they went 3 and out as he just missed a connection for a deep pass to his brother. And if that would have connected, things would have been a lot different here already. As it stands, the Whalers up 7-0. Pino looking, firing, tough pass. That'll be incomplete. Ball hit the ground. Their intended receiver was number 6, Finn Parker.
You know, remember before the first game of the season, Chris, you and I talked to Coach Reese. He said, wing T offense, and we thought, all right, this is going to be a lot of ground and pound.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot of rushing attack. That has changed with the experience, the maturity of Lombardi and these receivers able to get the speed to go past the defensive backs and make the catches too.
Well, we knew that Burke Lombardi was going to have a breakout season. It just lined up that way. And here's a run for Nauset. Attempting the outside and breaking tackles. Good run for first down yardage here.
Silva
That's number 5, Max Furman, with a great run as he ran through a couple of hand tackles there. And
Silva lucky to save the day right there with an open field tackle. And I
think the Whalers called timeout here after the scamper by Furman for 10 yards to move the sticks. First down for the Warriors as they went 3 and out on their first possession. Ball rests on their own 42-yard line. Yeah, Lombardi just looks so much more comfortable behind center than he did last year. And again, he was thrust into the starting position as a freshman midway through the season. Always tricky, always tough because you're not getting the reps to start with. This year he had a full preseason, and he just looks very comfortable in his skin under center and even in the shotgun. But it's been a difference maker for sure for this offense. And as you said, he's got weapons galore.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen much of the ground game in about 3 games. And Lombardi has accounted for 4 touchdowns last week, and including a rushing touchdown, and 3 the week before. As we get back to live action here, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors, coming off a nice scamper by number 5, Max Furman, for a first down. Another quick snap, quick hitter, incomplete. Through the hands once again. That's 2 drops here. Finn Parker unable to come up with the ball cleanly. It was a good pass from Pino in a tight circle there. There was double coverage. Looked like the Whalers were in a little bit of a zone defense here, but that slant route was definitely open and just unable to connect. So 2nd and 10.
Might have heard footsteps too from number 6,
Sure.
Jeremy Jenkinson, who laid into him even though he didn't make the catch.
They're big footsteps, that's for sure. This is a swing pass out to Pino. He makes a move around 1 and unable to get through as the Jenkinson boys were in on that one. Missed a nasty Jay Nolasco and also Eli McKeever bringing up 3rd and about 7. Little swing pass to Pino. Gains 3, maybe 4 they give him. So another 3rd down here in their own side of the field for the Warriors. Two wideouts to the far side of the field, including a slot. So 3 wideouts to the far side of the field. Let's see. Pino's rolling that way. Jenkinson giving chase. Passes overthrown, incomplete, and 4th down once again for the Warriors. Let's see what Coach Pino decides to do here at 4th and about 6. It's a long 6.
Yeah, Jenkinson giving chase right there, number 3, and Pino just sort of ran out of room.
Yep.
Back to Lombardi real quick. We mentioned how, last year he took over midway through the season. It's so much different as a quarterback for your linemen and your receivers to get your cadence down, to know your anomalies.
Especially with the wing tee. It's a timing offense, you know.
And the fact that he's been able to do that for 4 straight games, everybody's used to it right now.
No hesitation, going for it on 4th down here, 4th and 6. Big play here right off the bat for the Nauset Warrior offense. Pass goes, caught, 1st down. Eli McKeever on the tackle, but number 11, Seamus Mahoney with the catch here, a quick out, and it's an easy pitch and catch as the Whalers were playing a little off the ball there, and Mahoney cut it off and got enough for the first down to extend the drive here. And the Warriors are now in on the Nantucket side of the field, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
7th play of the drive coming up for Nauset right now. It started at their own 32-yard line. They've only eaten up about a minute off the clock here in the first quarter.
And it's going to be a designed run for Pino. He's across the 40, and McKeever and Jenkinson able to get to him. He leans ahead for the 38-yard line, so a nice designed run there for a good athlete. Picked up about 6 on first down, 2nd and 4 upcoming for the Warriors offense. As you can see, the shadows mighty long here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, the sun poking its head out from underneath the clouds on the horizon. It'll be Furman behind Pino, and another design run, and he's got plenty of room inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. So Brandon Pino with a design run, and you can see it here on the replay. He just took the ball and took off. Big hole up the middle, and the Whalers have given up a couple of big gap plays here as this drive
Yeah, you got to wonder if
continues along.
You got to wonder if Nantucket wants to send Jenkinson or maybe Silva as a spy on him, somebody in the defensive backfield, so that way he can't make it across the line of scrimmage.
3 wide outs to the far side of the field. Once again, Pino maybe doing a little bit of an audible here, getting some signals. Gets the snap, looking, gets pressured, and he'll try and find some room. Dumps it, tips in. Great play by Jeremy Jenkinson to get his hands up. Can't get to the quarterback. Get your hands up.
Yeah, and that's the problem for Nantucket the past few plays is that they're unable to get to him, giving him loads of room to work with. But get your hands up, deflect the pass, and now it brings up 2nd down and 10 for Nauset.
Incomplete pass brings up, stops the clock, I should say, at 6:14 to play here in the first quarter. Whalers up 7-0, but the Warriors are on the warpath here, driving down. They are at the Whalers' 25-yard line, 2nd and 10. Again, 4 wideouts for Pino.
10th play of the drive right here for Nauset.
He's back to pass, gets some pressure, looking over the middle. Pass is intercepted! Silva on the run. Pino is there. He dives over the top. Woo! There you go, folks. No flags down on the field. Joao Silva flips the script. As the Warriors were driving, now the Whalers take over at the 45-yard line. Have a look-see. He was just poised and ready for that one, and then he turns defense into offense as the punt returner
Look at that.
just catapults over the Pino.
38
and the Whalers
yards.
are in business at their own 44.
38 yards on the interception return right there. That was the 11th play of the drive, Chris. Nauset's offense certainly has to be deflated. Pino was rushed and just threw it into double coverage. Easy pickoff right there, and the Whalers are back in business. 2nd drive of the game.
Jenkinson, wrapped up, and a little bit of taunting there, too, by big number 55. Have a look-see at this, but apparently he got him under the shoulder pads there. That's a tackle for loss for number 55. We noted him earlier. He's a big dude. That is Onati Lowe, the senior. As Jenkinson unable to get out of the big fella's grasp, it'll be a loss of 3 on first down, bringing up 2nd down and 13 for the Whalers offense.
First drive for Nantucket, 6 plays, and they went 65 yards and took 2 minutes to score the touchdown. 2nd drive of the ball game right now for the Whalers.
Lombardi back to pass. Quick hitter to Grimes. He catches it, but will only pick up the yardage loss. They give him 1 yard past the line of scrimmage, so making a catch for 4 yards, bringing up 3rd and 9. He lost his feet, but still got the catch. Tristan Grimes, the recipient of that 40-yard pass play to set up the touchdown toss.
Jesse Pino, the head coach for Nauset, out at the 35-yard line, talking to the head referee and the side judge right now.
Getting in his opinions, I'm sure, on
suggestions.
Maybe, perhaps some offensive linemen getting away with something here and there that Mr. Pino doesn't enjoy.
Again,
Huge third down.
Nauset late to cover up the receivers on the far side of the field on defense.
All by himself. Lombardi to throw. Over the middle. Got a man. First down yardage. Canton Jenkinson. Great pass. Little sidearm sling there. And Canton Jenkinson gets just enough for first down yardage and extends the drive. 2 for 2 on third downs are the Whalers.
Again, we mentioned it. The defensive backs not coming over fast enough to cover the wide receivers for Nantucket. And in that turn, Nantucket getting a 2 or 3 step jump on the routes and able to spring themselves wide open. That one over the middle of the field, enough for a first down.
And a quick hitter. Again, the Warriors brought outside pressure, but it was just enough by that offensive lineman to get a little window for Lombardi, and he's slinging it in there. And
it looks like someone from
False
Nauset's lined up in the neutral zone. No, defensive penalty.
Offside. There you go.
Lined up in the neutral zone, I think.
Yeah. Was indeed.
That helps out. Nantucket will take it. Another
So
5
it'll be
yards.
1st and 5 now as the ball extends further into Nauset territory at the 37-yard line. Again, this is an opportunity maybe to do a little play action and go deep.
Yeah, you've got room to work with
Yeah.
here. 4th play of the drive coming up for the Whalers. It started at their own 44. They've taken off a little over 2 minutes off the clock here.
As we are under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And again, late man trying to sprint off or sprint over Grimes. Pressure comes. Lombardi evades one and gets Grimes. He dives ahead for first down yardage. He was the outlet there. And Warriors brought the house. Lombardi able to escape and pick up the first down.
Look at this evasion right here by Lombardi.
Great stuff. And just a little swing pass out there as Tristan Grimes dove ahead for first down yardage. Up 2nd and 3, excuse me. Oh, they didn't give them penalty. I see. So the pass was caught behind the line.
Yes, and he fell down.
And he fell down. So
once
he
you're
still
down,
gained 2 yards.
yes.
He didn't gain 5 yards.
Still, he fell. No interception. Nobody got hurt.
2nd and 3.
But yeah, once you're down in high school, you don't need to. The defender doesn't need to touch him. Once you're down, you're down.
Ball at the 35-yard line. Quick snap for the Whalers. Again, going deep on that floating pass. Jump ball. Good defensive positioning out there.
It was Jack Pino on the defense right there. Step and step.
Despite being a little late getting over to the coverage, it was Silva with a step. The pass was a jump ball between those two, and Pino won that battle. And that brings up 3rd and about 3 for the Whalers. Again, lots of options, certainly 4 downs. A no-brainer here if Coach Reese Everett decides to go for it.
7th play of the drive coming up for Nantucket. It started at their own 44-yard line with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. We're down to 2:48 remaining in the first.
7-0 Whalers with the lead, looking to add to that. It'll be first carry, and that looked like a bit of a face mask, but nobody throwing any laundry there as Gillen Tavares stopped for literally no gain. So this will bring up 4th and a long 3. And the offense staying on the field here.
As much as we like Clark, this is a little bit out of his range. It would be about a 52-yard field goal if they tried to attempt it. And the wind is blowing across the field, too.
Yeah. Whatever wind there is. Not much of it, though, that's for sure. The goalpost not moving at all. The flag, fluttering. But it'll be Lombardi trotting in with a play here. It'll be the Whalers going for it here on 4th down, just as the Warriors did.
See if Lombardi maybe uses a hard count to try to draw Nauset offside to get the 5-yard penalty.
Be. Motion behind is Hanlon. It'll be Lombardi to throw. He's got a man wide open. First down yardage and more. Sprinting ahead. It's Jenkinson in for a Whalers. Whalers touchdown.
35 yards on that play to convert on 4th down. Up the sideline, and look, no defense to speak of there for Nauset.
Canton Jenkinson just out-sprinted everyone to the end zone, 35 yards, and Lombardi to Jenkinson. Wow, what a connection. They got one for 53 last week, 35 this week, and it'll be Clark on to add the extra point and make it 14-0. Snap, good, kick up, and good. Not the prettiest kick from Jake Clark, but we'll take it. The Warriors now down 14-0. We'll take a quick break here on the NSC and NCTV and come back with the final couple minutes of the first quarter. Whalers up 14-0 already.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Cobb.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Want to welcome you back to live action here at Vito Capizo Stadium. Jake Clark about to kick it off as the Whalers punch it in once again. A 35-yarder to Canton Jenkinson from Burke Lombardi. And again, a low liner. That hits a player. That's a live ball. Out of bounds. And it will be Nauset starting at their own 28-yard line. And they're now down 14-0.
9 plays, Chris. 56 yards for Nantucket, 3:51 off the clock. As you mentioned, a 35-yard touchdown pass from Lombardi to Cam Jenkinson. 14-0 Whalers, 2:09 to go here in the first quarter. And again, no penalties on the Whalers. There was one on Nauset, which helped the Whalers out, making it 4th and 3 instead of 4th and 8 where they converted for the touchdown. But discipline.
The touchdown set up on a great return from Joao Silva on the interception at about the 3-yard line. It'll be Pino trying to get something going here. Handoff inside. Good run. That's a good gain on first down. Give him about 6, maybe 7 yards as Max Furman found a little hole and danced through the middle of the Whalers defense.
And Nantucket has to keep in mind that Pino, number 4, the quarterback, is a threat to run too, especially when he scrambles. Has some room to work with right there. So even though he's looking to set up to pass, you always have to be wary about his footwork.
Can't just gear it up and go. You gotta stay true to your fundamentals. Here's Pino with another handoff to Furman. He finds another hole and gets to that second level, dragged down, but not till he gets across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Moves the sticks for the Warriors. 2 straight runs and a first down.
So Nauset, their first possession, 3 and out. They had to punt. Then they went 9 plays. But again, had that interception close to the goal line right there.
Yeah, they got it down to the 25-yard line of the Whalers before Pino tried to force one into double coverage. Joao Silva with the easy pick, as DC said, and did a great job returning it, too, with an exciting finish, leapfrogging Pino on the back end. And another pass. It's going to be intercepted once again. Eli McKeever with the pick this time. That ball well underthrown. One-on-one coverage, but it was a easy interception. Check out the replay here as Pino had a man right in his face. That was number 17. Keegan Canty put the pressure on, and Eli McKeever picks it off. And once again flips the script here as the defense forces another takeaway here, the second of the first quarter. Just 57 seconds left on the clock, but it'll be Whalers taking over once again at their own 42-yard line. Let's see if they go deep here and try and get the jugular. 4 wideouts. Lombardi back to pass. Blitz going deep. Got Grimes out there. Oh, nearly a spectacular catch over the top.
They wanted it right there.
Have a look-see. I know. He almost went up above. His first touchdown pass was one of those against Cardinal Spellman. And, man, he nearly got to that one.
Little underthrown right there. You know, back to that interception, Canty all over Pino's face. Almost looked like he was trying to block an inbounds pass in basketball.
100%.
You're looking at Canty going, hey, just wrap him up. No, put your hands up instead, and they get the interception. So that's twice so far that Nantucket has picked off Pino, and they set themselves up in great field position with 51 seconds to go in the first quarter. Nantucket up 14-0 so far.
Turnovers are killers. Here's a little swing out here. Plenty of room for McKeever as he cuts to the outside. Bursts ahead across the 50. Again, great athlete Eli McKeever, the catcher on the baseball team. And he shows why he is on this field as we've got a Nauset Warrior down here. So we'll take a break here on the NSC as they tend to a Warrior down. We'll be back. The Whalers up 14-0.
He's back up, running over, number 11.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back to live action as the Warrior able to walk off on his own accord. Here's Tavares rumbling ahead for first down yardage on third down. Again, another third down conversion for the Whalers.
That's good enough for a Whaler first down.
3 for 3 on third down so far. Again, it's just been everything's clicking here so far in the first quarter. This will be the last play as there's just 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. A first quarter dominated by Nantucket. They scored 2 touchdowns, do not give up any scores, 2 turnovers, and the Whalers are driving once again. We'll take a break here on the NSC and NCTV and come back with second quarter action. Whalers up 14-0.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Underwriting support for this Whalers football broadcast on the NSC provided in part by Nantucket Bank and Rockland Trust, providing financial education and resources.
Back to live action here at Vito Capizzo Stadium as Gillen Tavares tries to battle his way for every inch. The Warriors gang tackling number 5, but he plunges ahead for about 2 on first down. 14-0 as we begin the second quarter play here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Thanks for joining us here on the NSC worldwide and, of course, locally here on channel 1072 on Nantucket. The Whalers have forced 2 Warrior turnovers and lead 14-0. It'll be McKeever with motion. Here's Tavares. Oh, tripped up. Otherwise, he had a gang of blue in front of him and a whole bunch of green yards. But great open field tackle there by the Warriors defense. Looked like it was number 9, Will O'Loughlin. The junior came up and tripped up number 5, Gillen Tavares, for no gain. So another big third down here for the Whalers. Third and about 8.
6th play of the drive coming up, Chris, for Nantucket. Started for the Whalers at their own 42-yard line. So they haven't made much progress, but they've eaten up a good chunk of the clock right here. Efficiency.
3 wide outs to the far side of the field for Lombardi. He gets the snap all by himself in the lonesome. He's again looking deep, got Silva out there, and it's going to be a catch. Joao Silva outbattles the defensive back for another big gainer for the Whalers all the way down to the 12-yard line. Have a look at the replay. Another big third down conversion. A jump ball, and he went up and got it, out jumping number 20, Gavin Vuono. A 30-yarder to Silva.
Well, Nantucket with these big strikes today. Remember, the touchdown pass to Jenkinson was 35 yards. That was on a 4th and 3. Here, we talked about it all game long so far, Chris. The wide receivers, the split ends for Nantucket, definitely have the speed advantage.
Here's another pass play. It'll be flipped ahead, incomplete, as pressure provided on by the Nauset defense there on Lombardi forces an errant pass.
Lombardi almost threw that sidearm, it looked like, just to try to get rid of it, and almost completed it.
That was Max Furman coming in from the edge there for the Warriors to force an errant pass.
8th play of the drive coming up for Nantucket. It started at their own 42-yard line, and they've eaten up 3 minutes off the clock so far. Efficiency.
The big play, of course, 3rd and 8. They come up with a 30-yarder to Joao Silva on the jump ball, and they're in business just outside the Warriors 10-yard line. Ball rests on the 12-yard line of Nauset. 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Whalers. They can get a first down here, of course, without scoring. And it'll be Hanlon on the counter. Not much doing there. Warriors were keen to that one.
I'm looking for a pass.
Actually, McKeever on the carry, sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking for a pass to Silva. Silva wearing number 9 for Nantucket definitely has the size advantage. He's been lining up on the near side of the field as a split end and definitely has the size advantage over number 6 Parker in white for Nauset. See if Lombardi maybe lofts one up to the corner of the end zone.
I'm ready to loft on over to that smoking grill right there. Get me some linguiça. As you can see, the concession stand in full effect. And fans abound here across the entire stadium. Great night for some football here as Lombardi gives Gillen Tavares a little instruction. He's looking, and flag down. Looks like it could be a penalty as Lombardi gets pushed out of bounds. He did score a touchdown, or no, went out of bounds at the 1-yard line, so it would be enough for a first down, but when that white hat throws some laundry down, it's going to be holding. And that is the call, holding against the Whalers, so it'll bring up 3rd and 18 now for Nantucket.
Not the worst penalty in the world, Chris, because it gives Nantucket a little bit more room to work with if they want to go up in the air for the passing game. This will be the 10th play coming up for Nantucket. Again, it started at their own 42-yard line, and they've taken almost 4 minutes off the clock here with this drive. First 2 drives for Nantucket ended up in touchdowns. 65-yard drive and a 56-yard drive, both touchdowns for the Whalers.
Not a lot of 3rd and 18 plays in the playbook, but I got a hunch Lombardi's got a couple of them here.
Well, he's the last one in at the huddle as he comes in off the sideline to call the play. Again, Silva, number 9 in blue for Nantucket, lining up on the near side of the field. Maybe he throws one up deep for him.
You got Grimes out there with Gillen Tavares on the far side of the field now. And it'll be Lombardi looking, throwing. Got a man wide open, caught, and reaching into the end zone. Touchdown! David Gillen Tavares out of the backfield lines up to get the matchup. And what do you know? Lombardi finds him for a 21-yard touchdown on 3rd and 18. A little corner route and a beautiful ball. And Gillen Tavares with a great effort to extend over the goal line, as you see.
Well, there is a penalty, unfortunately, on the play. Illegal.
Are you kidding me?
Illegal player downfield, Chris. The flag is over on the far side of the field, right next to the Nantucket sideline at about the 18. I didn't see it at first either, but when the kicking team doesn't come out. So 3rd and 18 now will end up being 3rd and about 26 maybe. Great effort, though, by Tavares to get into the end zone. It just doesn't count. So now ball at the 26-yard line, and Nantucket will have to try it all over again. 3rd down.
So we'll have to note that. Again, I don't know if it's going to come into play, but certainly erases a touchdown.
Again, they can still get a first down here on 3rd and 23. They have to get down to about the 2.
I don't know. They just run it to the other side of the field. Same thing. Gillen Tavares out there now with Hanlon spread out. So trips to that far side. And again, another lofted pass. Whalers are there. Just out of the reach of Tristan Grimes. He had a step. The Whalers are just a step ahead of their defensive players.
And Gillen Tavares lined up in the slot, number 5. He was wide open running down the hash marks. I mean, there was no one within 6 or 7 yards. And they just missed him. So now 4th down and 23, and they're going to elect to go for it.
I think you got to go for it here, even if you complete it short. It's like a punt.
It would be, right now, it looks like it would be a 43, 44-yard field goal.
Yeah. It'll be Nauset calling timeout here to discuss a little strategy as the Whalers perhaps try and go for it here on 4th and 23. Again, the ball resting on the Nauset side of the things at the 26-yard line. So we'll have to see if some magic happens here. We just saw it to Gillen Tavares, unfortunately, another penalty, as we didn't have any here in that first quarter. A clean first quarter for the Whalers. A couple of huge penalties during this drive may end up costing them the possession.
But still, they're getting open. They're controlling the football.
Yeah.
It's mistakes by Nauset that Nantucket has been able to capitalize. I mean, this is only their 3rd drive of the game.
Yeah.
The first 2 for the Whalers, they scored touchdowns on. So no ill will right now. But, again, the penalties, which we talked about in the pregame, that's what's hampered this drive so far for Nantucket. But 4th and 23, anything can happen. Both teams left with 2 timeouts for the rest of the first half and 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And this will be the 11th play of the drive coming up for Nantucket. Again, it started at their own 42, and they've taken off about 5 minutes off the game clock.
Big plays for the Whalers have been the story, certainly. A 40-yarder to Tristan Grimes set up a 26-yard touchdown pass to Hanlon. 38-yard interception return by Joao Silva set up the second touchdown, which is a 35-yarder to Jenkinson. They're going to need another magical play here as Lombardi back to pass blitz. He's got a man open over the middle. Oh, tipped away at the last second. Great defensive play by number 5, Max Furman.
Again,
that was a touchdown to Tavares once again.
And he was wide open, just running down the seam, running down the hash marks, and
off the hands.
Yeah, might have swiped at the last minute to get in Tavares' line of vision, and Tavares just couldn't hold on. So not the worst thing in the world that Nantucket turns it over on downs, because Nauset's starting at their own 26-yard line. Again, Nauset with 3 drives so far, a punt and 2 interceptions.
So Brandon Pino, once again in his first start of the season, has tossed 2 interceptions already. He's got some pressure coming. Lofts it. Oh, nearly intercepted again. Oh, Hanlon nearly had himself a tip drill interception, but the Whalers coming with the pressure here. As you can see, Pino rolls out. Simpson there initially, and Canton Jenkinson trying to run him down. Finally did enough to force Pino to just sort of loft it, tried to get it over the head of
and you see on that replay,
Canton
too.
Jenkinson, but just a great play on defense.
Blue jerseys there. No white jerseys in sight when he tried to throw it away.
3 wideouts to the far side of the field. It'll be Hanlon coming on a blitz, and it'll be Pino running, and not much doing there as he gets gobbled up after a short gain on second down. Bringing up third at about 8 maybe. They give him 3. We'll give it 3rd and 7. It's a long 7 with 7:31 and counting here in the second quarter. Whalers up 14-0. They had their first drive stopped, I guess, a minute ago as they were unable to complete the pass on 4th and 23. Fell off the hands of Gillen Tavares.
Whalers came on a blitz last time with Hanlon. Looks like he's staying at home right now, too.
4 wideouts, 2 to each side. Pino back to pass. The blitz coming. Corner route is well off the mark. Coverage was there by number 0, Rashawn Ray. That was to Jack Pino, but the ball was well overthrown and off the mark. So that brings up 4th and 8, and it's going to be another punt here upcoming for the Nauset Warriors deep in their own territory.
Hanlon going back deep to receive the punt for Nantucket. As you mentioned, another 3 and out. That's how the first drive of the game started for Nauset.
As you see, Rashawn Ray there, the senior DB for the Whalers. And it'll be errant snap, but a good kick end over end. That'll bounce at about the 40. Takes a Warrior bounce to about the 30. And that will be where things begin once again for the Nantucket Whalers offense. Already up 14-0. They will look to add to that total here as we continue our live coverage here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Game number 5 for both teams. And
next Friday on the road, Dennis Yarmouth, 4:15.
Back on the boats, baby. Let's do it.
And then Sandwich here at home. That's for homecoming on Saturday, the 25th here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, 3:15. And then the game against the Vineyard for the Island Cup, Saturday, November 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon.
So quickly, the Whalers offense back on the field as it's Lombardi rolling. He's looking deep, got a man wide open. Silva behind the coverage. 30-25, wrestled down. Joao Silva having himself a heck of a first half.
Oh, wow. All the way down to the 24-yard line. So a 45-yard, right? I got the math right, 46 yards.
45, yeah, we'll give him 45 on it.
Well, the brain cells that we have left over added it up properly. 45 yards, and really Silva could have had more, but Lombardi had to throw it on the run, and Silva had to wait for it to come down. He was behind the defense by about 3 or 4 yards, but what a great completion right there. Great momentum for Nantucket after they got stopped a moment ago on the 4th down play. Here they're right back where they started about, 2 minutes ago in real time.
In business here at the 24-yard line. Here's a jet sweep, and cutting up, it's Hanlon. He's got the corner. It's going to be a Whalers touchdown. Flag on the play again.
Looks like it's coming back. Flag down at the 33-yard line. An illegal
shift erases another one. So 2 touchdowns erased by penalties here after they had a clean first quarter.
I'm not going to say anything, but I just say we talked about it about an hour ago. But, yeah, first quarter, clean as a whistle. Here, not so much.
Nonetheless, Aaron Hanlon with another electric play as he raced through the Warrior defense to pay dirt, all for naught, as it'll be another penalty marching the Whalers back behind the sticks here again, 1st and 15. The illegal shift, just 5-yard penalty, so 1st and 15, ball resting just inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. Motion in front of Lombardi. He'll roll to us. Looks, fires across the body. Again, a deep pass, and it's the Nauset Warriors there for the interception in the end zone. That one overthrown. As you can take a look at it, Jake Tompkins back there.
It was intended for Grimes, but a little too far overthrown. I don't know if Grimes could have kept up with it anyway. Great concentration, though, to bring it in, and now a touchback, and Nauset in business. And as much as it looked like the Whalers were running away with this at the end of the first quarter, the penalties have hurt them.
Caught up with them for sure.
A lot here, and Nauset's still in this ball game.
Yeah.
Both teams with 2 timeouts left, and we still have 5:29 to go here before halftime.
Plenty of time for the Warriors, and Mr. Pino behind the center here to work with after the 45-yarder got the Whalers in business. Here's Pino going deep. He's got a man out there, just overthrown. And remember, they had nearly a touchdown. It just went off the fingertips of Jack Pino to begin the game. This could have been a whole different ball game. But 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Warriors here. They got to get something going here if they're going to hang with this high-powered offense of the Whalers. They were fortunate there that Lombardi tried to force one in for the Whalers' first turnover. After the 45-yard deep pass to Joao Silva had them sitting pretty deep inside Warrior territory. Comes a blitz by the Whalers. One-on-one coverage out there, and a good catch. Number 82, that's Leo Babineau, the freshman wideout, as Nauset has a little bit of no-huddle offense, some hurry-up. 1st and 10 at their own 41. Pino with 3 wideouts here to the near side.
Whalers confused on defense, and the defense.
It'll be Pino taking off, and he'll get tackled. Fumble! Oh, Warriors nearly coughed it up again here. They got lucky and got back on it. As you can see here, Pino faced some pressure right up the middle, and he was able to get to it. Simpson forced the fumble, and fortunate for the Warrior offense, they actually lose a yard, so it does count as a sack. Not sure who will get credited for that sack, but it'll be a sack for the Whalers defense.
Nantucket, all types of confusion there in the defensive backfield. Missed assignments and who's supposed to cover who.
Again, 3 wideouts here to the near side. Slot wide receiver pretty much wide open, and they go right to him. It'll be number 55 on the tackle. That is Keegan Bedell playing a little zone defense there, so a quick hitter for the Warriors brings up 3rd and a much more manageable 3rd and 5 now for Brandon Pino. Again, got to think 4 downs here as the clock approaching 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Warriors already down 14-0. Whalers will also get the ball coming out of the second half.
Yeah, both teams left with 2 timeouts here in the second quarter.
And stay with us as we have a special presentation at the halftime. Ashley Klatt going to give a little speech about the Morgan's message. Blitz comes. Pino evades. Looking for some room around the corner. He dives ahead and is very close to first down yardage. I got a hunch they will give it to him.
Well, they ran that play where Hanlon sort of stunts on the blitz, and Hanlon had some great pursuit. It is a first down for Nauset, but Hanlon ran right past the quarterback, and that doesn't help when that guy's got wheels and can turn the corner and scramble enough for a first down. So Nauset in business right now. The Whalers 49. Clock running, 3:30 to go.
1st and 10 for the Warriors as Coach Pino gives his son, Brendan Pino, the play, and they break the huddle with a tighter formation here. Furman in the backfield with Pino. Little motion in front. And it'll be Furman looking for some room. Steps over one and falls ahead to the 48-yard line, so give him 1 yard on the first down play. Brings up 2nd and 9. Clock again continues to run here with 2:50 and counting.
Bradley lost his shoe
quarter.
number 2 for Nauset, so he has to come off for one play. Again, both teams with 2 timeouts left. He stopped.
Looks like the Whalers will call timeout here. We'll also take it here on the NSC and NCTV as we've got 2:45 here left in the second quarter. Whalers up 14-0. Warriors driving.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Pino awaits the snap here on second down. Looking our way. Got a man caught and breaking a tackle. Breaking another tackle and reaching ahead for first down yardage. Great effort by number 1, that Jack Pino. So the Pino brothers connect here on a little quick slant over the middle. Bedell unable to wrap him up, but either way, it would have been first down yardage, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the Whaler 38-yard line.
9th play of the drive coming up for Nauset, Chris. Started at their own 20 for Nauset, and they've eaten up just a minute and 10 off the clock.
Pino awaits the snap, gets to it. He evades one, and he's looking deep now. Will take off. Catch is made off the ground, and still wrestling each other. Let's look at this one as Jack Pino again able to get to it as, that looked like it hit the ground, but they give him the catch as the hands were underneath there. Again, no replay of any sort officially, but either way, good play on first down for the Warriors as they continue to drive here. Ball rest on the Whaler 30, 2nd and 2. Upcoming for the Warriors offense as they send 3 wideouts to the far side of the field. It'll be a design run for Pino. He escapes one but does not get through as he tries to reach forward for first down yardage. He is very close to that first down yardage.
Nauset still has 2 timeouts if they want to use them. Nantucket left with 1 timeout.
As you can see, the fans here with the blackout getting ready for a special presentation by number 35, Ashley Klatt, for the Morgan's Message, which you can, I guess, catch on Channel 5. They're doing a little thing on it, so we will share some footage with them gladly, and hopefully they show a couple of more Whalers touchdowns in their game footage. So 3rd and inches, call it, for the Nauset offense. I see Pino running right up the middle here. He'll keep it, and he's got the edge. He'll pick up first down yardage and a bit more as he stays on his feet and finally driven out of bounds. Good job, good effort along the sidelines there.
Oh, they're going to say he stayed in bounds. Great effort, though. I mean,
yeah.
He avoided 2 tackles and then tried to sprint to the sidelines.
Picked up another 6 or 7 yards along the sidelines there.
Coach Reese coming all the way across the field right now for Nantucket. And it looks like Nauset called the timeout, so both teams left with 1 timeout and 39 seconds to go in the half. And Coach Reese talking to the head referee.
Not sure what he's fired up about, but...
So 12 plays for Nauset so far, Chris, in this drive. It started at their own 20, started with 3:29 to go on the clock, so they've eaten up 2 minutes and 50 seconds. This is the most productive drive that they've had so far in this ball game. And really, we talked about it. Started the second quarter, looked like Nantucket was going to run away with this again. A couple of penalties, a couple of interceptions, and the Warriors right now close to scoring right before halftime to try to give them a boost of confidence going into the locker room.
Absolutely. The Whalers will get the ball coming out of second half, but they got business to attend to here as it's the Warriors 1st and 10 at the Whalers 18-yard line. Again, Brandon Pino in his first start of the season missed the first 4 games due to injury. He has looked sharp and athletic. He's back to pass here, looking, and fumbles. That's a live ball. Ooh, they call it incomplete. That looked like a live ball there.
Jumped on top of by Nauset's Max Furman. But
nonetheless, they'll call it incomplete, so clock will stop with that.
That helps Nauset right now because, as you mentioned, it stops the clock with 34 seconds to go. They don't have to burn their last time out.
Another hobbled Warrior will come off, and
Nauset has to get some points out of this drive, even if it's a field goal.
So 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line. Pino, despite throwing 2 interceptions, can get the Warriors right back into things here. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield to protect. Pass goes intercepted! Once again, Joao Silva, the man of the hour.
Oh, huge for Nantucket right there to keep Nauset off of the scoreboard. It looked like Jack Pino just slipped, wasn't contacted, just slipped, and his brother threw it into triple coverage right there. And what a great play by Silva to go up and grab that one and keep Nauset off the scoreboard and keep Nantucket to holding this shutout as they head into the locker room at halftime.
Wow.
Great play.
What an absolute killer there for the Whalers. Again, you called it exactly correct. Pino on the slip. And unfortunately, for the Warriors, Joao Silva in the right place at the right time to squeeze the interception with 27 seconds left.
Nauset goes 14 plays, Chris. They go 65 yards, and they eat up 3 minutes off the clock and come away with a goose egg.
Big goose egg,
with
baby.
Nothing. That's huge for the Whalers right now.
I think that is the absolute bend but don't break defense.
Yeah. And that's what they can work on.
Talking about here.
You know, they're going to watch this video from the second quarter on and go, hey, we made a ton of mistakes. But they're players that we talked about, stepped up, especially on defense, when it counted. And now with one timeout for both teams, I look for Nantucket just to run out the clock here and head to the locker room at halftime.
So Joao Silva with 2 interceptions himself. He includes a 38-yard interception return as well. He also has a touchdown pass from Burke Lombardi, 30 yards, the play there, and also has a 45-yard reception. So one heck of a first half here, as you said, a little pass play. No, deep pass play, and it's caught at the 45-yard line.
Okay.
Lombardi with a little zing on that one as Aaron Hanlon catches it in between zone coverage, and the Whalers are in business with 21 seconds to go. Again, they did this against Blackstone. It was a less-than-minute offense as Burke Lombardi looked more like Tommy Brady conducting the offense. A great sideline route there completed to Aaron Hanlon, and the Whalers quickly get it up to the 46-yard line.
I don't think Nauset was prepared for that on offense. Whalers with the timeout left so they can use the middle of the field here to try to get further down.
And again, a good kicker. Here's Silva. A little swing out to Tavares. He's got a lot of white jerseys there, and the Whalers are going to have to burn a timeout if they want to extend this out, as they do so quickly. You can see the arms up on the clock there.
10 seconds left here.
Just 10 seconds left. They might put a couple seconds back on because Coach Reese Everett definitely had the timeout called quickly. They do. 14 seconds will be the time remaining on the clock there.
So Nantucket right now, they can throw a pass.
Second and 15 actually upcoming for the Whalers.
Yeah, they obviously want to get to the sideline, score a touchdown, or get to the sidelines to stop the clock. But it's not the worst thing in the world if they throw a pass over the middle if someone's open. Just got it down and get to the line quickly to spike it before the last play before the half.
Roger that.
And for Clark, you said what? He was hitting from about 45 yards?
45 solid, and he had a couple yards on it, but not much more than that. He missed from 47. It was wide, had the distance. But another flag, as I think too many men on the field for Nantucket again. It might just be ready to down it here and head into the locker room. Well, if you enter the it's on Nauset.
And on sportsmanlike penalty.
Oh my goodness!
Against
this
Nauset.
Is 15 yards.
This is
huge
for Nantucket. Wow. And, of course, we don't get the explanation as to exactly what happened, but they're going to march this into Nauset territory. So now Nantucket can do a lot of things here. Short pass to the sidelines, up the middle and spike the ball.
And is it an automatic first down and unsportsmanlike? Should be an automatic first down.
So now you only need about 15, 20 yards to get Clark in field goal range for Nantucket.
No timeouts for either team.
14 seconds
Lombardi
on the clock.
back to pass. Looking deep, firing, and it'll be out of bounds, incomplete. And just 7 seconds left on the game clock. So 2nd and 10 upcoming, but more importantly, just basically one play left for the Whalers here.
If you can get it to the sideline, you might be able to finagle an extra play out of it.
Yeah.
But I would go deep. I'd set up the hook and ladder play.
Hook and ladder is something funky here. If you got a reverse, if you got a halfback pass or something,
yeah.
Now is your time.
Ball's at the 45 of Nauset. I don't know if Lombardi on the fly can make it to the end zone. So this is where you throw it up, have somebody catch it at maybe the 8 or 10 yard line, and do a little lateral play.
Or pass interference, anything, any of those things extend it another play. But we'll see what the Whalers conjure up here as we are embarking upon the halftime with the Whalers up 14-0 already. They've got one more play at least here. It'll be Lombardi. He'll try and sprint it, but will run out of room as the Warriors sack him to end the first half. A first half, once again, dominated by the Whalers on the scoreboard here, 14-0. They forced 3 turnovers and will jog into the locker room up 14-0. We'll be back here on the NSC and NCTV, see if we can't get some conversations with some Whalers faithful, and we'll see if Ashley Klatt is able to perform her speech here for the Morgan's message. Come on back here. We've got 24 minutes of football left. Whalers up 14-0 at the half.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Underwriting support for this Whalers football broadcast on the NSC provided in part by Nantucket Bank and Rockland Trust, providing financial education and resources to local communities for over a century. Rockland Trust Bank, where each relationship matters.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
gets it! It's over! It's over! The Whalers win! The Whalers win!
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
Making a film is so much easier than people think. At NCTV's free filmmaking intensive, you will learn how to write a script, how to use a camera, and how to speak the language of film. It's a language that you already know how to speak, you just don't realize it yet.
Whatever you're passionate about, there's a place for that in film, whether that be writing, acting, music. Film is a communal experience. We really want to bring people together in the community and help them find each other. If you've been waiting for an opportunity to make a film, to make art, this is it.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. We're at the half here, as you saw, or as you're actually looking at our cheerleading squad. Great job by the girls there. Whalers up 14-0, but just want to mention that there is a free filmmaking class over at the Dreamland. You just saw the details on that. So you can sign up at ournctv.org on Sunday after the Shorts Fest, which is on Saturday. Sold out event, I might add. So great job by our NCTV crew, and enjoy the Shorts Fest. I know we've got a couple of submissions from the NCTV gang, as again, the cheerleading squad putting on a great show here, as the Whalers have already up 14-0. We're going to try and get Colby Lucas down on the field here to maybe catch up with Travis Lombardi or perhaps Ashley Klatt for her speech about the Morgan's Message, which of course is about mental health for student athletes. Great cause. Again, congratulations to Missy Perry. This the segment, or the speech by Ashley Klatt, will be part of a segment that will be picked up by Channel 5 news team locally here. So they will use some of our footage as well. A great, actually great show by the Nauset Warriors cheerleaders as well. They had a couple of great tunes here. We'll see if maybe they do another one here. Now they're just coming over to the sideline here. So we'll see if Ashley Klatt comes out to do her speech. Well, we'll take a break here on the NSC and NCTV, as we've still got, about 8 minutes to go on, or 7 minutes to go on the game clock here at halftime. Again, the Whalers up 14-0 here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Second half coming up.
My name is Gabby Nikolova. And my name is Maya Johnson. And we're the new sports anchors. The Whalers fall sports season has been looking bright as football remains undefeated with a record of 4-0. This week, senior captain Aaron Hanlon was named Whaler of the Week, as well as that sophomore captain Burke Lombardi was named Division VI Player of the Week. Congrats, guys. The boys finally got their revenge on Falmouth, crushing them 33-14. Let's keep it up, boys, and get that dub tomorrow. And obviously, they wouldn't have been able to do it without the amazing cheer team by their side. We better see you tonight at 5:30 at the boys' one and only Friday night football game. And FYI, the theme will be blackout, so bring your spirit and get ready to watch them beat Nauset.
Congratulations to the boys soccer team for absolutely demolishing Tri-County 10-1 Saturday afternoon. Props to Cabu for stepping up when both goalies were injured. Boys soccer continues to improve their record, which now stands at 7-4. Girls soccer, on the other hand, continues to push through their season. With a tie on Monday against Abington, their record now stands at 5-3. They'll be back on the road tonight to crush Dimon. Good luck to us.
We are all in off-field hockey as they're currently seated 6th
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as the second half is upon us here. The Whalers up 14-0. DC, you've got the drives.
Yeah, first quarter, 6 plays, 65 yards, 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Nantucket led 7-0 with 8:04 to go in the first. Then with 2:09 to go in the first, it was Cam Jenkinson on a 35-yard touchdown reception from Lombardi. 9 plays, 3:51 off the clock, and 56 yards. Second quarter, though, that's where Nantucket was shooting themselves in the foot. Didn't score any points at all.
There's a little pooch kick. And out of bounds. That'll be 1st and 10 at for the Whalers at the 45-yard line. As the kick goes out of bounds, again, some trickery there on the opening second half kickoff, just like Falmouth did, attempting an onside kick. The Whalers keen to that one, and they will begin the first half here at their own 40,
So first 12 minutes for Nantucket in the first quarter, golden.
Yeah.
Second quarter, we saw golden laundry on the field. Lots of penalties against Nantucket, a couple of interceptions, and Nauset had an opportunity to get right back in this ball game. But a great job by Nantucket to intercept in the end zone right before halftime. That's what kept this a 14-0 lead for the Whalers as we start the third quarter here at Vito Capizzo Stadium.
Bend but don't break defense has worked all season long. And again, illegal motion going to be a flag on the first play from scrimmage here for the Whalers here in the third quarter.
Not good. So you wonder what happened between the first quarter and the second quarter and right now. Maybe Nantucket getting a little antsy, a little bit too aggressive. Talked about on the pregame show, these penalties are going to come back to haunt them. They haven't in the first 4 games. Nantucket's only given up 28 points. Here they have a 14-0 lead against Nauset, but don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Next game's coming up against Dennis Yarmouth, the next game against Sandwich, and then Martha's Vineyard. Got to be composed.
Behind the sticks here on first down, 1st and 15. As Burke Lombardi leads the offense up to the line of scrimmage. He's got 4 wideouts. He'll be passing the ball. Prig pressure and a sack way behind the line, all the way back to the 23-yard line, 24-yard line. Huge loss for the Whalers here as the Warriors have come out here with a head of steam in the second half. Burke Lombardi unable to run out of the grasp there.
Whalers have gone minus 15 yards in the first minute of this third quarter. They started at their own 40. The beneficiaries of a kickoff that went out of bounds. Now they're starting, and now they have the ball at the 25-yard line, and it's 2nd and 25 yards for Nantucket.
Chip Clooney says 2nd and 26, but either way, it's 2nd and huge. And another flag.
Now Nantucket pointing to Nauset, and it looks like
it will be offsides. So 5 yards back the other way. Things have.
What happened? We were moving so smoothly in the first quarter, Chris. Everybody had dinner reservations ready to go.
So.
Now it's all right. Nauset's got to be able to catch the last boat out of here. That
Once again,
Whalers,
2nd
though.
and long, but it's 2nd and 20 now. I don't know how that's more manageable, but somehow it feels more manageable. But the Whalers have plenty of weapons, and they definitely have seen advantages of wide receivers over the defensive backs, not only in position but also in height. Lombardi to throw. Another pressure. They got the screen set up. Gillen Tavares across the 35 to the 40. 45, 50. He's got the sideline. Gillen Tavares. Touchdown Whalers. How you like that?
75
yards on the screenplay. A brilliant call. We have not seen the screenplay all year. What a way to dial it up. Let's have a look.
And Lombardi, right before that, running for his life right there, being chased by 2 defenders. Tavares right there to pick it up, turns the corner, had great blocking down the field, kept the sideline open. They almost caught him at the goal line, but he's in for the score. A quick one. 3 plays for Nantucket, 2 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock, and a 75-yard touchdown pass to Tavares.
No rain in the forecast here today, but lightning has struck a 75-yarder. Gillen Tavares down the sidelines. PAT is good, and just like that, it's a 21-0 lead as the Whalers take advantage of the second half kickoff with a huge play. Gillen Tavares for 75 yards.
What a momentum builder for Nantucket, too. We talked about how the second quarter, it just wasn't their day. They started out with a few penalties. Remember, they started 1st and 10 from their own 40, got pushed back almost 20 yards with a sack and a couple of penalties.
It was 2nd and 25.
2nd and 25, and then right there, 75 yards scampering down the Nantucket sideline for the touchdown pass. Puts Nantucket ahead by 21 points. Now is when you can say, all right, guys, keep your foot on the gas, keep going. Let's not make any dumb mistakes right here.
Wow, what a just complete flip of the script. Once again, the Whalers facing a 2nd and 20. Flip it out on what seemingly was a harmless screen pass, and the big 210-pound senior rumbles all the way down the sideline as the Whalers once again with good coverage on the kickoff. Flags down as the only play that hasn't had a flag was the Gillen Tavares touchdown so far here in the second half. So looks like
I see 2 penalty markers down,
yeah,
one at the 30 and one at the 25.
Warriors will get marched back here a little bit on the kickoff return. But there is definitely some discussion amongst the stripes.
Unless it's penalties against both teams. Penalty against Nantucket, I see that.
And there, so they may kick it off again.
Offset. No, I think they're going to mark it where it is.
Got to kick it off again. As Chip Clooney says, gonna kick it again. Somewhat annoyed.
Maybe if you're Nantucket, maybe a little trickery here, maybe a little squib kick.
Maybe. I mean,
yeah, the momentum is definitely with the Whalers once again right here. As we talked about, it didn't look pretty in the second quarter, but in the third quarter they got a break right there with a huge touchdown play. Maybe now is when you just try to surprise Nauset.
And
pooch kick.
The ultimate equalizer for the Whalers has been their defense. They forced 3 turnovers, so they were able to overcome some of those mental mistakes with great plays by the defense, specifically Joao Silva, who picked off 2 passes, also had himself a couple of great catches, including a touchdown pass of 30 yards from Burke Lombardi, who, again, has accounted for 3 touchdowns here already.
The deep man, Jack Pino, is only standing back at his 20-yard line right now for Nauset.
Clark to kick off once again. Whalers up 21-0 after the 75-yard lightning strike. And it'll be a good kick right to Pino at the 25. Sideline, and he's going to get gobbled up again. Good coverage by the Whalers. Did not make the 30-yard line. That's a successful kickoff return defense there as the ball rests on the 27-yard line. No flags on the play. Great stuff, guys.
The last boat's 8 o'clock, right?
Going off 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, going off 9 o'clock. So 9:45 on the clock left in the third quarter. It'll be the first play from scrimmage for Brendan Pino and the Warriors offense. Little handoff, and Furman's got some room. Closed off, but not before number 5 grabs about 8-9 yards on first down. Good gain for the Warriors. Actually, that was number 2, Malachi Bradley.
Bradley a little bit slow getting up right here. Whalers defense, you're right, Chris. What you said a moment ago is true. They have kept Nantucket in this ball game. They've at least, obviously, kept Nauset off the scoreboard.
3 turnovers in that first half as Brandon Pino, in his first start of the season, has tossed 3 to the other side. 2nd down and 3 for the Warriors. It'll be Pino back to pass. Quick hitter. Whalers are there, and that will not get enough for a first down yardage. In fact, no gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 3. Good pursuit by the Whalers defense as
I didn't see any Nauset blockers out there.
The Warriors
just a bunch of blue jerseys instead.
Just slung one out there, and the wide receiver was all by his lonesome. That was Jack Pino. And he was unable to wrestle free and actually lost a yard. So 3rd and about 4 for the Warriors offense here on their first drive of the second half. Now down 21-0. Blitz coming. Handoff inside. Nothing doing. That's going to be a tackle for loss for the Whalers defense. And they stop on 3rd down. Bringing up 4th and about 4, maybe 5 now
Yeah, Nauset just
gotta go.
They didn't have the size up front to block Nantucket on the blitz right there.
Coach Willett on the run blitz call as Brandon Pino will stay on the field, so it'll be a huge 4th down attempt here for the Warriors on offense. First drive of the second half, now down 21-0 after going to the half seemingly in this game, 14-0.
4th and about 3.5 here for Nauset.
Going to be another blitz. Here comes Jenkinson. Picked up. Pino scrambling, looking. Lots of blue jerseys in the backfield. Incomplete, and the Whalers will force a turnover on downs.
Tough one right there, but Pino scrambling for his life. He did have the receiver open, just threw it short to his brother, Jack Pino. Took a short hop. Pino picked it up, but it's an incomplete pass, and now Nantucket in great field position right here as looks like someone cramping up for Nauset at the 45-yard line. And a Nantucket player cramping up, too, right at the 50-yard line.
So we'll take a break here on the NSC as a couple of players get tended to. Whalers up 21-0. They take over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 deep inside Nauset territory at the 32-yard line. Come on back. We've got great action here at Vito Capizzo Stadium on the NSC and NCTV.
Weekly updates and news. Until next time, remember, stay informed, stay inspired, and most importantly, stay connected, Whalers!
Now, there's Keegan Canty down for the Whalers. He sprinted off. The other guy, 82, also jumped.
Good morning. It is the 4th of July. We are here in town. It is 9 a.m. And my name is Anna Popniklova. I will be your host today. Let's go talk to some people. What do you love about the 4th of July on Nantucket?
Welcome back to live action as it's 1st and 10 for the Whalers. It'll be Hanlon on the handoff. He's got some room, and he's got the corner. Aaron Hanlon to the house for a Whalers touchdown. 33 yards. Aaron Hanlon, exclamation point.
Well, the defense takes care of things, turning it over on downs for Nauset, and then Hanlon puts on the jets as he gets through the tackle and the guard down the left-hand side. And, boy, does he have some speed right there. 34 yards away, puts it in. Nantucket up now 27-0, pending the extra point with 7:25 to go in the third quarter. That's the Whalers team that we're used to seeing.
Wow.
First quarter and third quarter. It's the second quarter where they had the mistakes, but right now they are rolling along. Yeah, exactly.
Snap is mishandled. Clark goes back, and he'll take it, throw it. Got a man! Tavares for the two-pointer. Are you kidding me? Wow.
That's how you work it. That's what special teams is all about.
Special play on special teams. Jake Clark to Tavares, and that's what you do. You hear fire, and you're going, and the Whalers pick up the two-point conversion and lead 29-0.
And a great job by Clark. He's clutching the ball right now, but he called fire, as you mentioned. And a great job by Tavares to get open and Clark to find him down the field. Clark took a hit, too, as he got rid of it. But that's what you want to do, make something out of nothing right there. Two-point conversion. That's why special teams has been so important for the Whalers, and we talked about it. Yeah, the Whalers have blown out their competition in the first 4 games. One of these plays, though, is going to come in handy as we move to better competition down the road.
That is just great fundamentals. Coach Machado, a nod, tip to you as your players performed one of the hardest things to perform as a special teams player. Missed snap, and you actually converted it into 2 points. Wow, great stuff from the Whalers off of the huge touchdown run from Aaron Hanlon, 29-0 for an exclamation point. And we still got 7:25 to play here in the third quarter.
Well, one play, 34 yards, Hanlon on the 34-yard touchdown run.
Off the hands of the receiver. And not much doing as they will not even get it just maybe outside the 20-yard line off the mishandle of the kickoff. So Clark comes back and booms one down the field as he jogs off.
And for Nantucket, as I mentioned, just one play, only 8 seconds off the clock, 34 yards out for Hanlon on the scamper. The speed on Hanlon is fantastic, and Clark, too, recognizing he was in trouble with the botched snap on the extra point, converts it to 2 points. Now Nantucket, everything clicking on all cylinders here.
Whalers just seemingly with supreme athletes on the field right now. They're just athleticism
weapons. Weapons, Chris.
is just too much for Nauset to handle right now, and that is no offense to the Nauset Warriors. They are just outmatched here this evening. Pino back to pass. Escaping and not escaping as the Whalers get to him for the sack, as they can just tee up and let her rip here on the defensive line. Have a look-see, as it was a slew of blue once again.
Turner.
Finally, Keegan Canty, number 17, the one who ends up wrapping him up for the sack. And it'll be first, second down, and 15, maybe 16 now for the Warriors. As, again, the Warriors' offense going to have to be pretty one-sided here. Got to think they're going to just throw the ball up and down the field here with the remaining game time here, down 29-0. Again, this was anybody's game going into halftime at 14-0. The Whalers have quickly broken this thing open. Pino awaits the snap, gets to it, looking, and now forced out once again, and he will be gobbled up. Is it a safety? Not quite, but yet another sack. Have a look-see. Brandon Pino running for his life back there.
Down, it looks like at the 1.5-yard line. You know, you talked about it 14.
It was Russell Simpson the first to get to him, and then it was Simpson staying with it, as well as Bedell, but a couple of different defenders back there, as it's now literally the 1-yard line. It'll be third down, and I don't know, I need an abacus.
Third, and I'd say 28, maybe?
28 or 38?
They got the marker.
28.
The marker at the 28-yard line. But going back to what you said, 14-0 Whalers lead at the half. Nauset was this close.
Yeah.
This close to scoring a touchdown, and it was picked off in the end zone.
Twice. First play of the game could have been a touchdown as well. So third and 28, just got to keep everything in front of you here. And the Warriors, Pino, that's going to be a safety. And the wheels have come off the rails here for the Warriors as the Whalers sack Pino 3 plays in a row. It looks like it was Keegan Canty with pressure back there, and he will be credited with the sack and safety, number 17. With the first safety for the defense. They've scored 3 touchdowns on defense as well, but this is the first safety, so 2 points up on the board, make it 31-0. No PAT, but it'll be a free kick, and the ball right back to the Whalers with a 31-0 lead now.
I didn't have that on my bingo card. A 2-point conversion on a botched snap, and then a safety. So the Whalers have scored 4 points in a row. When's the last time you heard that happen in football?
Not in football.
Yeah.
It's a basketball score now.
But now,
wow.
We talked about the second quarter that obviously they're going to watch video on to improve, but if you're a player, you just want to throw that away. First and third quarter for Nantucket have been absolutely spectacular. Here is where maybe you give some of the reserves a couple extra minutes of the playing time.
This affords Coach Reese Everett some
keep the players healthy
to play some guys.
Yep. And work on the fundamentals, too. The last thing you want to see is yellow flags on the field from now until the final buzzer.
So the free kick now comes from the 20-yard line as the Warriors will kick it off after they allow the safety. 3 straight sacks for the Nantucket defense, and this one will bound ahead and picked up at the 50. Jenkinson's got a little bit of room and corralled at the 45-yard line of Nauset.
Jenkinson a little bit slow to get up.
And a little slow getting up indeed. He's slow to get up. So we'll take a break here on the NSC as they tend to Canton Jenkinson. Hope he is okay. A key cog here for the Whalers. Whalers up now 31-0 with the ball.
Ideas are these teeny tiny seeds that are planted in the subconscious of our minds. They come from everywhere, right? They come from books and songs and dreams, conversation. Maybe some seeds have been with you since you were a child and they've been waiting to be watered, right? To be grown to the light. And over the 15 years that I've worked in the television and motion picture industry, one mantra has stayed with me since the beginning. And that is that to photograph means to print light, right? And it's a process to print light. Filmmaking is a process. So let's just talk about that for like a minute.
1st and 10 for the Whalers. As Jenkinson made it to his feet. Quick little pass out here to number 15. That's good first down yardage for, again, some reserves here. James Phillips, the senior wideout, with a nice catch and scamper ahead for about 7. Give him 8 yards on first down. Yeah, 7 yards.
If I'm Coach Reese, I get Nantucket to the threshold of the mercy rule, and then I say, Lombardi, great job.
See you done.
Come to the sidelines.
You have done your job, sir.
Hold the clipboard. You're more valuable on the sidelines right now.
We've seen Jasper Soares in at quarterback. We've seen Clark in at quarterback. So we'll see if things come to that. Certainly tons of time here.
Clark in the game right now lined up as a wide receiver on the far side of the field, number 23 for Nantucket.
It'll be Hanlon on the handoff. He's got the corner.
Speed.
Cuts up. Another cut. Oh, my goodness. Shifty run by number 11. It's just a matter of time before he breaks another one.
I want to get a stopwatch on him, Chris, and put him at one end zone and see how fast he can make it to the other end zone.
He's got to be the quickest guy. Got to be the quickest guy in the Whalers squad. But, again, we have been it's been a pleasure watching him compete at the highest levels since he was a freshman, particularly on the lacrosse field, but certainly right here on the football field as well. Again, comes from a phenomenal family. Tom Hanlon is president of the Booster Club. Great stuff from those guys, always giving back bleeding Whaler blue for sure. So great to see him as a senior standing out here on the football field. This will be a wide receiver screen off the hands, incomplete.
And Hanlon wears number 11, which, even though I'm a New York Jets fan, yes, sorry. You can give
hey,
your
you admitted that, not me.
Yeah, you can give your condolences to me for the rest of the season, but it reminds me a lot of Julian Edelman, wearing number 11 from the Patriots. Just the way he moves, the speed he has, and the way that he can cut back and forth on the football field.
100%. I can't give you condolences. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Come on, man.
Misery loves company, Chris.
Right there with you, buddy. That's all right. Our team's winning right here, baby. 31-0 the Whalers with the lead as the clock stops on the incomplete pass with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Whalers.
Yeah, next week we're on the road, Friday at Dennis Yarmouth. 4:15 scheduled for the kickoff here on NCTV and the NSC.
As in all likelihood, the Whalers will be looking for their 6th win in a row. Here's Lombardi looking for another jugular. Pass is just overthrown. Way in the deep corner. No lights even back there.
Yeah, Grimes might have lost sight of it too in the back corner of the end zone.
Into the scoreboard there as, again, Lombardi lofted a beautiful pass, just a bit overthrown. And it will bring up a 3rd and 10, excuse me.
Grimes
and this one is definitely inside Clark's range if they wanted to attempt a field goal here. Ball resting on the far hash mark as the Whalers break the huddle. 3rd and 10. Ball on the Warrior 26-yard line. Blitz coming. Lofted pass. Got a man out there. Oh, just unable to connect as Burke Lombardi had to get rid of it a little bit before he probably wanted to. So we'll see what Coach Everett send out Clark. There's a flag on the play. Could be a late hit.
I think it's holding against Nantucket, and then they're asking if they want to decline it, make it 4th down, or take the penalty and keep it 3rd down. Lombardi got crushed on that play, though.
And they will take the penalty. So instead of 4th down, it'll be 3rd and 20. Again, extending out of field goal range. So
I keep it on the ground.
Sure, there's no need. They will run the clock here, but no need to risk anything. But I got a hunch Lombardi's going to be tossing it deep.
3rd and 20 on the scoreboard right now for Nantucket.
Whalers break the huddle. Sprint to the line. I love that. Clark closest to us here. Tight formation. Gillen Tavares back there in motion in front.
Referee is conversing with the side judge, and now an offsides call against Nauset.
The defense again. So 3rd and 15 now for the Whalers.
Drive started for Nantucket at the Nauset 45-yard line.
So the clock is running. We are in running time based on the score. So 31-0 our score. So 3rd and 15 here for the Whalers offense. Again, Gillen Tavares on a tight formation. Clark, the lone wide receiver. It'll be Lombardi looking. He'll roll and he'll keep it and get close to first down yardage. Hard to pick up the yard line there.
Did the smart thing by running out of bounds and not trying to force it, Chris.
It will bring up a 4th down, but he got about 7 yards, so 4th and about 8.
Clark just went over to Coach Reese to say, hey,
let's go.
Want to try this field goal?
Yeah, let's do it.
But I think Clark is going to line up in the wide receiver position instead of the place kicker position right now.
So 4th and let's call it 7. Ball resting on the Warrior 23-yard line. And the Whalers break the huddle. It will not be a field goal attempt. 4 wideouts for Nantucket. Gillen Tavares in the backfield. Back to pass. Evades one rusher. And nice cut up the field. He's got first down yardage and more. Lombardi rumbles into the end zone for a Whalers touchdown. 20-yard run for Burke Lombardi, showing off his skills running the ball as well. He cut it up the field and scores it again. Have a look-see. Great cut right there. Keeps his feet and then does another cut to evade another defender and falls into the end zone, or stumbles into the end zone, I should say. The quarterback run for number 7, Burke Lombardi, and he's got himself another fantastic game. 4 touchdowns. Extra point is good, and it is 38-0. We'll take a break here on the NSC as the Whalers are pouring it on here in the second half. Oh, the kick was no good?
No good.
Kick was no good. That looked good to me, but no good as it stands. I'll be honest, I was looking at the monitor. It looked good from here, but called no good. I guess wide. Plenty of leg on it. Nonetheless, 37-0 our score. We'll keep it here as they're getting ready to kick off now.
7 plays.
Thanks for the correction there, buddy. Glad somebody's paying attention to that.
7 plays, 45 yards, 2 minutes, 42 seconds off the clock. Lombardi with the 23-yard touchdown run, and he had the moves like Hanlon too, with the cutbacks too. You know, I'm thinking
cutbacks.
As he's moving around, the fleet-footed Lombardi. I'm saying, just go down. You got the
right.
Just go down. Just go
slide.
down. Don't take a hit. Don't take a hit. And he said, no, I want to be part of the scoring party as well. So again, first and third quarter for Nantucket, just phenomenal. Second quarter, they're going to have to watch the video on it. You know, stub their toes a few times, kind of let Nauset back into the game, even though the Warriors don't have any points. But domination by Nantucket, and that's what we've seen through the first 4.5 games, Chris.
That has been the word of the season here. Domination so far, 37-0 our score. They've scored 23 points here in the third quarter, 3 touchdowns and a safety.
And a 2-point conversion.
Good kick through the hands at the 10-yard line, picked up. Going cross field, not going to outrun the Whalers, trying to cut back. Nothing doing for the Nauset Warriors. Great kickoff coverage once again. So it'll be
2:09 to go in the third quarter here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Nantucket up 37-0, looking to improve to 5-0. They'll be at Dennis Yarmouth next week. Kickoff scheduled for 4:15. We will have the coverage for you live on the NSC and NCTV. And it looks like 1st and 10 for Nauset at their own 12-yard line.
So Pino in the Warrior offense trying to get anything going here. He's back to pass, quick hitter to the outside, quickly converged upon, but a good gain on first down as
Hanlon wrapped him up there.
Pino completed to Jack Pino.
For Nauset, their next game is home. It's their homecoming game, 6 o'clock next Friday against the Vineyard. So I'm sure there'll be some tape exchanged between Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard on that one. And Nauset as well.
Second down and call it long two, short three for Brandon Pino and the Warriors offense. He awaits the snap. Back to pass. Scrambling. Now throwing. Incomplete. Short hopped it at the 40-yard line. That was intended for Finn Parker, number 6. Good coverage by the Whalers deep downfield. Pino unable to get enough onto it on the run.
Number 1 for Nauset, Jack Pino, is over here on the bench. Usually he'd be in the lineup right now on offense.
Yeah, he was sort of moving his head back and forth. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but he's got his head down near his lap.
And
again, the Pino family, phenomenal athletes. Coach Jesse Pino also on the lacrosse field.
And we also see number 11, Seamus Mahoney, with his entire equipment, his shoulder pads off, so he's definitely not coming back in tonight's game.
3 wideouts to the near side. It'll be Pino taking off and not much, actually handing off, not much doing there. On 4th down, we'll see if it's, or on 3rd down, it'll be 4th down and short here, still 4th and 1. I mean, you got to go if you're the Nauset Warriors here, no questions, but
nothing to lose. And now we've got another Nauset player. While Pino was walking right over to his coach, and Jake Clark following him over, trying to steal some signs, maybe?
It's on the field. You're allowed to go over and say hello. Maybe they're just talking about where they're getting pizza later.
Scouted out for when Nantucket goes over to DY next week?
Sure, why not? Again, 4 wide out spread formation for the Warriors on 4th down and 1. It'll be a handoff and 1st down yardage for the Warriors as the cutback gets across the 35 to about the 37.
And a face mask penalty against Nantucket.
Face mask will add 15, so no doubt about the 1st down yardage here for the Warriors as they'll get a little extra something for the effort.
Well, what I think you could see in this game, Chris, and you know I've seen a few games, you've seen a few games as well for Nantucket, is that as we go along in these games, Nantucket is manhandling their opponent.
Yeah.
Just bigger, stronger, faster.
More athletic.
Yep.
And Pino back to pass, looking, got a man open, caught at the 40 down to the 35, wrestled to the ground, but not before 1st down yardage. That's a 24-yard completion. Brendan Pino with a good job looking to his left, throwing back to his right, wide open inside that deep zone was number 6, Finn Parker, for 1st down yardage. And we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter, a 3rd quarter to remember for the Whalers. They scored 23 points, 3 touchdowns, and their first defensive safety. We'll go to the break here. Whalers up huge, 37-0.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Underwriting support for this Whalers football broadcast on the NSC provided in part by Nantucket Bank and Rockland Trust, providing financial education.
Pino, nothing doing there. He'll be caught behind the line. Another tackle for loss by the Whalers defense.
And the clock will be running here in the 4th quarter, Chris, with the mercy rule in effect, with Nantucket up 31-0, 11:35 to go in the 4th.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd and 11.
7th play of the drive coming up for the Warriors, though. It started at their own 12. So they're slowly but surely
matriculating down the field.
Trying to. And they've taken 2.5 minutes off the clock so far, but they got to hurry.
Pino with another spread formation, looks to his right, out of room, and somehow evades the pressure, cuts it upfield. Flag down on the field. So good effort by Brendan Pino, but another penalty on the Nauset Warriors, as it will erase a good gain, which would have been first down yardage.
Holding on Nauset.
Bring it back. Again, the clock still runs, though, because we're in mercy rule time, 10:42 to go. And also getting pushed back again. There's going to be a lot of teams paying attention to the Whalers.
There's not going to be any more surprise here, as
no.
The Cape and Islands League certainly draws some attention and certainly draws some press here. I got a hunch they may not sneak into that, Globe top 25 yet after, a victory over an 0-4 team, but if they beat Sandwich on the 25th, better get some attention.
I mean, Coach Reese is going to say, hey, listen, one game at a time.
Yeah,
the goal right
100%.
now is to get a home playoff game for Nantucket. That second weekend in November.
Absolutely. Quick pass over the middle. Caught. Dropped. Another drop pass there. That was number 6, Finn Parker. He had himself a touchdown if he catches that one. The Whalers fortunate there, as they were on the first play from scrimmage. Could have been a whole different game if that pass was caught and hauled in.
We talk about the defense and the special teams. If these offensive weapons for Nantucket can stay healthy. That was one of the problems last year with, mixing and matching and trying the cadences, everything else. But if they can stay healthy, this is
something
a
special a brewing here. Something special a brewing, baby.
We saw it at Cardinal Spellman up in Brockton the beginning of September.
Sure.
With that performance, and it just hasn't stopped since.
Back to pass Pino. Plenty of time. Now evades rushers, throws downfield, got a man on the sideline. It's number 9 for first down yardage. Big play. Will O'Laughlin, the junior wideout, able to find a dead spot in that zone, and Pino had just enough time to find him to move the sticks here.
The only way, and I think a lot of fans and maybe the coaches will agree with this for Nantucket, the only way they can lose is if they beat themselves.
Yeah, they are
moving forward this season.
So far, they have certainly been the more athletic, more talented team on the field. So it's definitely one of those things that the Whalers just have been able to afford these lopsided scores. And again, even if Nauset scores here, this game is well at hand. Pino launching it into the end zone. Whalers are back there, intercepted. Flag down, however, as the Whalers try and return this out of the end zone. Across the 15 and another flag down. So lots of laundry to sort out here. We'll have a look at the replay, however, as the pass was intercepted by number 24. That is Jermaine Chenis Jr., the sophomore defensive back.
I think one of these penalties is going to go against Nauset on the return.
Against the Whalers on the return, but I don't know if there was pass interference in the end zone. Either way, it should offset, as both penalties were on the play.
Again, the clock's still running, 7:46, 7:45 because of the mercy rule, with Nantucket up 37-0.
The Stripes can chat all they want and keep that clock rolling.
Tick,
we'll
tick,
just head on home here with a 37-0 victory. That's fine with me.
So the one flag is thrown in the end zone. The other flag's thrown at the Nauset 20 or the Nantucket 23-yard line.
It was offensive pass interference. I can't imagine on an interception that's the call. But, again, a lot of time coming off the clock here as the Stripes discuss.
And the offense for Nauset is still out on the field. So pass interference against Nantucket is the first penalty.
And a block penalty as well.
Dead ball, personal foul against Nauset. That was the second flag.
Offset. And they just did another penalty for Nantucket, personal foul as well. So they're going to march off the interference penalty. It'll be 1st and 10 for Nauset. First and 10 might be first and goal, actually, just inside the 10-yard line.
Back and forth, back and forth. This is taking, Chris, about a minute 10 off the clock with no plays running whatsoever.
So they marched at 10 forward, then marched at 15 back. So Nauset's ready to snap the ball here. And it will be 1st and 10 because they got the first down on the penalty. Then they dead ball just moves the ball back to the 24-yard line of Nantucket. Pino with the snap, handoff, lots of room to run, cutting it up and brought down another flag down. So things have gotten ugly here in the latter part of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this Nauset drive started at their own 12. 13th play of the drive coming up. They started this drive with 2:09 remaining in the third quarter, and because of the running clock, we're down to 5:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
And another penalty on Nantucket face mask, so it'll be 1st and goal now for the Warriors as they look to punch it in here. Sprinting to the line is Brendan Pino and the Warriors offense. 1st and goal. And it'll be Pino cutting it up and still alive. A lot of blue jerseys. He tries to spin in and does so for the touchdown. Brendan Pino puts Nauset on the board with a great individual effort. You can see him avoiding tackler after tackle. Nice stiff arm there, and just sort of folds himself into the end zone as the Whalers finally give up some points here with just 4:40 left in the fourth quarter. Again, the game well at hand, 37-6. It'll be a 2-point conversion upcoming here for the Warriors. And again, some of these scores through the first 4 games, this is exactly what has happened. They've scored late, so it's been tough pedaling here for the Warriors on offense, despite getting their star quarterback back in the lineup. 2-point conversion, good. So 37-8. Man, what do you got for a drive there? What did they have, 18 plays?
14 plays.
14 plays,
87 yards. They ate up about 9.5 minutes off the clock. And again, that's attributed to penalties on both sides.
Yeah,
against Nauset and Nantucket.
But you got to hand it to Brandon Pino, man. He is a gamer. His first start after missing 4 games due to injury. He had some great plays in that first half, but just outmatched here by the Whalers defense. And it will be the Whalers moving to 5-0. Again, matching that 2017 start that went 5-0, ended up 8-2. Losing in the second round of the playoffs. And I got a hunch this is going to be an onside kick, but we'll see if Nauset plays it. Yep, onside kick upcoming, and it's loose. Looks like the Whalers got to it. Nope, Nauset actually dives on it, so well executed onside kick. Have a look-see. This one finally dribbled far enough as Latz able to get it, and it was number 19 for the Whalers, Malachi Sept. One of the front line there, but unable to come up with it cleanly, and it'll be Warriors with the ball.
Clock's still ticking, though,
Too
Chris.
little, too late for the Warriors, but nonetheless.
But again, video for Nantucket to watch for future games.
100%. Always
Special
a learning
teams.
moment here.
Yep.
The learning moments never end.
Even up here in the booth.
Even up here in the booth, baby. Especially up here in the booth.
A couple of reserves in for the Whalers right now. The final 2:12 to go in the fourth. And a new quarterback in for Nauset, too.
It'll be the sophomore, Oliver Acciletto, with a good play. Another flag down on the field. Go figure.
Yes, when I go like this with my hand, I know you guys can't see it here. That means the flag's been thrown on the field.
We're going to need to actually get you a flag.
No, I could pick it up with all the ones that have been thrown on the field tonight.
That's true. So 1:45 here as the clock will run out on the Nauset drive here. in all likelihood, they will have another penalty here as, again, the starting quarterback to begin the season was Oliver Achitolo, and he is in the game here for Brandon Pino, who is right in front of us here, number 4. A game effort by the senior. Finally got the Warriors on the board with a great individual effort, 2-yard scamper. And a little pass off the hands, incomplete. As we're under a minute to play here, as your Whalers will move to 5-0, rarefied territory for the Whalers to start a season. They've had a couple of undefeated seasons in their storied history, of course. And I'm going to just go. They could, I would not be surprised if they end up 8-0.
Yeah, one game.
It would take a great effort, no doubt. This Sandwich team's no joke. The Vineyard, always an interesting game. But something special a brewing here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Great pass, and this is going to be a Warriors touchdown.
Well, they marked
Did
him
they
down
deny
at the
him? The
No, that is a great job by Silva.
Oh my goodness!
To put on the afterburners. That was
Joao Silva with the tackle to save the touchdown, and that will do it. No touchdown. That is fitting end for our player of the game. Got to give it to Joao Silva. What an effort to end the game. Denies the touchdown as they get hugs across the board. But it'll be the Whalers moving to 5-0, Whalers Nation. Gotta love that. They will, in all likelihood, move up in the rankings. Already at number 6. Number 1 plays number 2 in Division 6. Coming up here shortly. They just kicked it off as Abington will face off against Norwell as we now are officially point hunting.
Yeah, and looking at all the other teams.
Yep.
Dennis Yarmouth next week for Nantucket at 4:15. We'll have that game on NCTV and the NSC. Then the homecoming game on Saturday, October 25th against Sandwich, 3:15 for that one. And then the big game against the Vineyard on Saturday, November 1st. You know, when was the last time that we could say that game has playoff implications for Nantucket?
It's certainly been a while.
Been
a
few years.
It's certainly been a while. And as you can see, the teams congratulating each other. We're awaiting Colby Lucas, who's down on the field, and he will be trying to catch up with Travis Lombardi, our athletic director. Again, not only part of the athletic staff, but a storied history on the field here at Nantucket High School.
And
again,
the legacy
his family
continues with his
the
son.
legacy continues indeed, as we'll get ready to send it down to Colby Lucas. Who's standing by with athletic director and father of Burke Lombardi, the quarterback who's got another win under his belt. Colby Lucas with Travis Lombardi coming right up here.
Well, Travis, I first want to ask you about fall sports. So far, so good. Pretty much all the teams are playing great sports right now and succeeding in their respective areas. How does it feel to see that success from athletics right now?
From our standpoint, as an athletic department and school, I mean, I just can't give enough credit to all these kids and specifically our coaches. Just the time and effort and energy that they all put in, it carries over to the field, and the results are speaking to that.
Well, this football team right here is a great example of that success. They've had an excellent start to the season, 5-0. What's been your favorite thing to watch from this team?
Just that they're working hard offensively, defensively, special teams. Again, credit to the kids and coaches coming out here every single day, working hard. It's really fun to be a part of and watching from the sidelines every Friday and Saturday.
Yep. So you're also father of star quarterback Burke Lombardi. How does it feel to kind of balance out being an athletic director but also being, a dad rooting for his son?
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it can be tricky, but I want to give, just to speak of Burke, the kids put in a ton of work, and as a father and our family, we're just super proud of him for his hard work paying off. But he's not doing this alone. He's making all the passes downfield, but it's the offensive line that is giving him time. The receivers are running their routes, making plays. So it's a team effort. And like I said, offense, defense, special teams, they're just playing great right now. So it's fun to be a part of.
Thanks so much, Travis. Guys, back to you.
Great stuff from Colby Lucas. Thanks very much for taking some time. Travis Lombardi, athletic director, always knows how to say the right things and certainly encompasses what Whalers Nation is all about. It starts from the top and trickles on down, as he said, to the coaches, to the players. As you can see, they are getting their kudos as well they should. We did just get a score update from the number 1 team facing off the Norwell Abington game. It's 14-7. Looks like it's in the first quarter still.
Abington with a 14-7 lead over Norwell with 7:32 to go in the first quarter.
Great stuff. And Colby, thanks for grabbing Travis here. You obviously are a student athlete on the golf team, on the basketball, a 3-sport athlete. It's if you could put yourself in his shoes for a second, watching your son and somehow coming up with a humble answer like that. You could tell his voice was hoarse from yelling. And so certainly he's been cheering. And I know his wife also involved in some cheering as well. Again, he just is the epitome of the Whalers Nation from the top, and giving credit to everyone else. His juggling of boats and schedules and buses and kids it is an amazing puzzle that those guys put together, he and Matt, and so we'll give him the kudos due to Travis Lombardi and the athletic department for not only a great job, but just getting it done here is a feat in and of itself. What impressed you the most here today? Obviously another dominating, convincing win, so to speak, from the Whalers. What was most impressive from you?
I would say the offensive flexibility. You see it in some games. They're a really run-heavy team, and in this game, it was all through the air pretty much. They were going deep, and they were having success with the long ball. So just kind of the versatility that this team has really impresses me. Obviously, the defense was stellar. That's been pretty much a common theme throughout the season. But the offensive flexibility has been really impressive to me.
Yeah, that versatility, as you said, can't key on one guy, because if you start keying on him, there's another weapon stepping up. I think Joao Silva, again, gets our nod as player of the game. He had an impressive game offensively and defensively, a couple of key interceptions, including a great return. I can't wait to see the highlight reel of the jump over Pino there, as he was showing his athleticism in addition to great defensive play. But Whalers impressive. We're going to sneak our activities, of course, across the pond to face a Dennis Yarmouth team that has not won a game yet. We'll have to see what their outcome is tonight, but Whalers just got to keep putting it together here, as hopefully you get to join us across the pond here next time. Again, the Whalers winning in convincing fashion. Warriors able to get on the board, but the game was basically over. So 37-8, our final score. Again, a fantastic staff, including Weston Scott here. Santiago, I'm going to forget his last name, and I apologize. What? Oviedo. Santiago Oviedo, thanks very much for doing a great job on a camera, and of course always happy to hang out with you, DC Collins. Thanks very much. I know you got a big weekend over at Chicken Box.
Thank you. Hey, listen, we want to thank everybody that put the game on this afternoon.
Absolutely.
All the restaurants on Nantucket include Backyard Barbecue, Sea Grill. We got Fairgrounds, we got the Chicken Box, we got a whole bunch of other people, and people that can't make it out to Vito Capizzo Stadium because they're still at work. Hey, guess what? Next weekend we're on the road at Dennis Yarmouth. That game's in the afternoon too. Hey, put us on NCTV and NSC as well.
Absolutely. If you don't have it on television, jump on YouTube anywhere in the world, of course. And, of course, thanks very much to Colby Lucas for taking some time and joining us. And, Whalers put on another good show here, gentlemen. We'll take it on the road next week. Whalers 5-0, final from Vito Capizzo Stadium, 37-8. got to say thanks to Charles Douglas for all his efforts. He is an amazing magician.
Yes, let's go over this way right here.
Of the machines, and just cannot say enough about what he does, not only to put this production on, but also make sure the kids get here on time. And, we put on another commentary class. Again, big shout out to Richard Hussey for his incredible knowledge and wisdom beyond just a little hello. Great stuff from him. And, again, Charles just does an amazing job. And thanks very much for NCTV for all their support throughout the years here, as once again they have supported us from day one, and will in all likelihood continue this on beyond you and I.
Keep
here.
us going.
So great stuff from the Whalers here. Enjoy your long weekend, Whalers Nation. Again, final score from Vito Capizzo Stadium: Whalers 37, the Nauset Warriors 8.